Good evening, everyone. I hope audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, your
Yes,
voice is
ma'am.
audible.
Ma'am. Good
Okay,
evening,
thank
ma'am.
you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for
Okay.
your quick response.
Okay.
So, good evening and a very warm welcome to everyone present here. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the AICT Atal Faculty Development Program on Advanced Computing for Sustainable Development, AI driven innovation in real life applications, which is organized by the Institute of Computer Technology and Business Management, a constituent institute of Maharshi Markandeshwar deemed to be University Mulana. Before we begin, let me introduce our university to you all. MMDU is a pioneer in quality education, research, and innovation committed to nurturing globally competent professionals with strong ethical values. Maharshi Markandeshwar University is a leading institution in North India and has become a symbol of quality education in technical, medical, and other professional streams. MMDU has been accredited by NAC with grade A++ and conferred category 1 status by UGC under graded autonomy. It was ranked 85 amongst all government and private universities as per NIRF 2025 ranking. And we are proud to be part of MMDU. Now move to the faculty development program. This faculty development program aims to explore how advanced computing and AI can serve as catalyst for sustainable development, enabling smarter solutions to real-world challenges in fields such as healthcare, energy, agriculture, and environmental management. So, on behalf of our organizing team, I extend a heartfelt welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Vishal Bharti, Dean and Dean of Faculty of Engineering and Principal MMEC, MMDU. And our guest of honor, Dr. Rajiv Kumar, Director AI Courses, MMDU, and our respected Principal and Coordinator, Dr. Sumit Mittal. All, all other eminent resource persons who joined today and will be going to join in a further sessions, and not only the speakers, all the every participants joining from different institutions throughout the country. We're truly honored by your presence, and I wish this FDP will go to for a great success and enriching our learning in a days come for, or you can say for a next 6 days. किसी भी शुभ कार्य को स्टार्ट करने से पहले माँ सरस्वती के आशीर्वाद के बिना कोई भी कार्य पूरा नहीं हो सकता। तो माँ सरस्वती ज्ञान, विद्या और बुद्धि की देवी है। हम सब मिलकर इस फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम की शुरुआत माँ सरस्वती के पावन स्मरण के साथ करते हैं, ताकि उनका आशीर्वाद हम सभी पर बना रहे और यह कार्यक्रम की सफलता नई ऊंचाइयों को छुए। अब मैं आप सबसे निवेदन करती हूँ कि अपने हाथ जोड़कर और श्रद्धा से माँ सरस्वती की वंदना में सहभागी बने। Kindly play Ma Saraswati Vandana. Kanchan ma'am, we are not getting an audio. Can you reshare it with the sound as well?
पद्मासने संस्थिता।
I think there is some technical challenge with the Kanchan ma'am's system. So let me share it from my end. Kanchan ma'am, please stop sharing.
ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता। सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा। शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमाम् आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदाम् जाड्यान्धकारापहा। हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां विदधतीं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्।
सो माँ सरस्वती से यही प्रार्थना है कि वो हमें ज्ञान, विवेक और सृजनशीलता प्रदान करें ताकि हम सब अपने क्षेत्र में उत्कृष्टता प्राप्त कर सकें। Now, I would like to invite Dr. Sumit Mittal, Registrar, Principal of MMICTBM and the coordinator of this FDP to address the gathering and share his vision of this program. Mittal sir, please.
I am audible.
Sir, we are getting an
Yes,
echo.
sir. Yes, sir. You are good.
Now it's fine, sir.
Namaskar.
Sir, echo
Namaskar,
is
sir.
there. I hope two systems are joined at your end.
Can you please mute yourself?
Okay, sir.
वॉइस इज ऑडिबल सर बट इको जी
मित्तल सर अगर आपने फोन में ऑन किया हुआ है तो प्लीज पहले उसको टर्न ऑफ कर दीजिए।
मैम नहीं किया हुआ।
इको इज क्वाइट देयर।
Now it's fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. नहीं अभी भी सर
इट्स स्टिल
सर
देयर।
जब आप
अभी
बोल रहे
भी
हैं
है
ना तब इको हो रहा है
इको हो रहा है सर
जी
Now it is fine.
स्टिल इको इज देयर सर। इको इज देयर।
Now it is fine.
No, sir. Echo.
Very slow
Still
speaker from my
echo, sir.
side.
Echo, sir.
On the program, which is very helpful for all the participants, and will get an idea how we will move ahead with the program. Now, I would like take a privilege to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Vishal Bharti, Dean, Faculty of Engineering and Principal MMEC, to grace the occasion for our this faculty development program. If I'll introduce Dr. Bharti, he is a great distinguished academician, researcher, and currently serving as an principal at MMDU. He completed his PhD in 2016, specializing in information security, and after earning his BE in MTech from Birla Institute of Technology, further enriching his interdisciplinary expertise, he holds a doctorate in management studies as well, along with an MBA in IT and an executive MBA in sales and marketing. And with that, we came to know that how diverse his profile is. Dr. Bharti has made notable contribution in cybersecurity, network security, and distributed computing. His research and professional pursuits have led to multiple filed patents, copyrights, and approximate 15 government grants from organizations such as SERB, DST, AICT, EDE, etc. He has also received two seed money grants, reflecting his active role in innovation and research development. Additionally, he has published over 100 research papers at national and international levels, significantly advancing technological education and research. His dedication to academia has been recognized with numerous awards, including related to faculty, best leadership, emerging leader in higher education, young achiever as an head of department, and the best teacher award as well. He got the multiple awards in case of in area of research as well. He has outstanding contribution in promoting education in rural areas award as well. So the list is very large. So I have named few awards over here to acknowledge his work. Dr. Bharti is a strong advocate for integrating technical education with societal needs, emphasizing the importance of solving real world problems and fostering holistic student development. He believes in equipping students with technical expertise, critical thinking, ethical values, and leadership skills to address contemporary challenges. So I am not taking a much time. I request Dr. Bharti kindly grace our gathering with his expertise and his experience. Bharti sir, please.
Uh, Thank you, ma'am. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
are audible.
Right, sir. So, Dr. Sumit Mittal, Principal MMI CTBM and coordinator of this AICTE Atal FDP. Dr. Rakesh Divanji, Central University of Haryana. Dr. OP Sangwanji from Guru Jameshwar University of Science and Technology, both as resource persons of the day. The guest of honor, Dr. Rajiv Ji, Director AI at MMDU, various faculty members and research scholars across various institutions from India. Namaskar and welcome to this FTP. It is indeed a privilege and a great pleasure to be here at this AICTE Atal Faculty Development Program entitled Advanced Computing for Sustainable Development, AI-Driven Innovations in Real-Life Applications, organized by Institute of Computer Technology and Business Management, a constituent institution of Maharshi Markandeshwar deemed to be University Mulana. At the outset, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the organizing committee, the coordinator, and all the participants for putting together such a meaningful and forward-looking academic FTP. I'm delighted to learn that this FDP has attracted an overwhelming participation of 200 plus faculty members and research scholars representing more than 16 states across the India. This wide participation truly symbolizes the collaborative spirit of Indian academia, a collective commitment to learning, innovation, and nation building. It is encouraging to see such enthusiastic participation in an FDP that deals with one of the most transformative forces of our time, artificial intelligence. The theme of this program, Advanced Computing for Sustainable Development. It is not only timely but visionary as well. We are living in an era where digital intelligence is becoming the new natural resource. As vital as water, as vital as air, and as vital as soil. As we aspire towards the vision of Viksit Bharat in 2047, it is clear that technologies like AI, data analytics, machine learning, cloud computing, and many more will form the backbone of sustainable growth. Whether it's precision agriculture, helping farmers optimize resources, or AI driven healthcare system predicting diseases early, or you call it as smart energy grids reducing wastages, advanced computing is making a real difference in the way we approach development. At the same time, technology by itself is not the destination. It is the intelligent and ethical use of technology that truly defines progress. The purpose of innovation must always be aligned with the greater goal of human welfare and environmental sustainability. The role of faculty members and researchers definitely becomes crucial in this era. You are the torchbearers of knowledge and innovation. The insight and skills gained through this FDP will ripple outwards, influencing your classrooms, guiding student projects, and shaping research that addresses the real world challenges. Let us remember sustainability is not just about preserving the planet, it's about preserving the purpose of progress itself. I would also like to commend AICTE and Atal Academy for their visionary efforts in faculty empowerment. These FDPs are powerful platforms that bridge the gap between academia and industry. Along with knowledge and application, they encourage continuous learning, collaborations, and innovations, which are the cornerstone of modern education. Before I conclude, let me share a thought. Technology without wisdom is blind, and wisdom without technology is powerless. Let me repeat my thought. Technology without wisdom is blind, and wisdom without technology is powerless. The true magic happens when the two meet, when knowledge is guided by purpose and innovation is anchored in compassion. As we explore the frontiers of AI and advanced computing, let us ensure that our innovations always serve humanity, preserve nature, and uphold ethical integrity. The journey towards sustainable development is not a spirit but a collective marathon, and programs like this FDP provides the energy and direction to keep moving forward. Once again, I congratulate the organizers of this FDP for their vision and meticulous efforts, and I wish all the 200 plus participants from across India a truly enriching and inspiring learning experience. May your discussions and collaborations during this week spark new ideas, new partnerships, and new possibilities for a better tomorrow. Thank you very much. Best wishes. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your inspiring and thought provoking address. Your words have truly enlightened us and will serve as a great motivation as we embark on this week long journey of learning and exploration. So, now the time for welcome to our guest of honor. So let me introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Rajiv Kumar Chechi, a distinguished academic and technology leader with over 25 years of experience in the field of artificial intelligence and educational technology. Dr. Chechi currently serves as the director of various artificial intelligence courses offered at Maharshi Markandeshwar deemed to be University Mulana, where he leads initiatives in AI research, curriculum innovation, and strategic collaborations. He has earlier held key leadership roles including Director of Engineering at Chandigarh University, Head of Department at Electronics and Communication Engineering, a prolific researcher and innovator. Dr. Chechi has authored over 60 publications, holds patents in wireless and sensor technologies, and has successfully delivered real-time AI-driven industrial solutions in sectors such as chemical manufacturing, healthcare, and smart urban systems. He has advised organizations across India, Spain, USA, Germany, Dubai, and Finland in the strategic expertise in AI, IoT, Industry 4.0, and digital transformation. His visionary leadership continues to bridge the gap between academia and industry, fostering innovation, skill development, and global collaborations in AI driven technologies. We are truly honored to have you with us today. Sir, now I invite you to kindly address the participants of this faculty development program.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So good evening, one and all present here. First of all, I'm thankful to Dr. Sumit Mittal, Dr. Vishal Bharti, our eminent speakers for this FDP, Dr. Rakesh Dhiman, Dr. Oppi Sangwanji, and all the participants. In this inaugural session, I just want to convey that we should, as its title is concerned, sustainable development. So I'm connecting this with the real-time environment because I'm working in real time. So I'm categorizing this sustainable in three parts. First is people, second society, third planet. So if we talk about people, we should able to give dynamic, just time in sport output whenever it is required. Just Dr. Bharti mentioned that there is huge requirement in the healthcare sector. So we should able to give these solution instantly. So that is need of our today, where there should be just like sometimes we have cardiac arrest. There is need of ambulance at road.
क्या
Then all
बेटर
such
नहीं मेरा मेरे को खांसी
vehicles should
इतनी हो रही
have
है किसी
capability to deliver real-time information to
Rajiv sir,
You're
kindly
not.
unmute. Actually, maybe the host has done the mute to everyone.
yes, audible.
Yeah, sir. Now
I'm taking
audible.
real-time example. I'm taking example of road accident. If somebody is injured and he has to send to some nearby hospital, then in that case, the ambulance should be equipped with latest equipments. So during its journey from that particular place to hospital, it should capable to take all the inputs for that patient and it should deliver to the concerned hospital. So before, if a person is going there, and the concerned doctor, they should have real-time information in advance so that they can secure or save his life timely. So that's the beauty of this. Means I'm taking about the people only. First parameter is people. Second, society. There are real-time disaster problem we have. So if we are, we talk about earthquake, we have uh, the cyclones we have here, we have then so many COVID situations we have. So multiple pandemics situation we have where we should able to take decision in advance. So that's the again this through this FDP, it's my request to all the participants, please go with real time world where need is not only just to go through this solution, but how these solutions are going to be helpful for real time. But I'm just taking example in IIT nearby IIT Roorkee, there is a center where earthquake information is gathered. Then if it is not, if that information we are not getting timely, even Government of India, they have started that they are giving some alert messages. So our information system should be advanced. So society point of view, I'm just taking one example. There are multiple examples also. So we should have advanced system which is capable to solve our real-time problem. There should be some multiple display system through which we can, within fractions of second, we can send this message to all the TV channels, all the societies. So this should have this type of capability. Next is planet. So planet, we are talking about daily, we are talking about sustainable development, but nobody is taking care of that. People, we are saying that we should have pollution parameters should be minimized, carbon foot effect. But for that, we have to develop some real-time application solutions, because I'm connected with the real-time some hardware also. There abroad somewhere they have a device which is capable to detect 19 type of disease with the single device. So as AICT has taken this initiative, and Maharshi Markandesh University, we are strongly working in this sector. So it's my urge to everybody through this FDP, please, whatever you are gaining knowledge, try to convert that knowledge into product, then that prototype, then convert that prototype into product. So that should be the beauty of this, because AICT, Government of India, they are investing huge amount in research. So again, I am thankful to the whole team, all the organizers, all the participants, and I hope that this FDP is going to be very helpful for them. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Your inspiring address, your thoughts on the role of AI in shaping a sustainable future have truly enriched this inaugural session. Now, to conclude today's inaugural session, I would now invite Dr. Ratanpal Rana, Professor, MMICTBM, and co-coordinator of this FDP, to deliver a vote of thanks for all the guests and the participants to join this inaugural session. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
your voice
So,
is audible, sir.
good evening, everyone. So, first of all, it is my proud privilege to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of Maharshi Markandeshwar deemed to be University and the organizing team of this AICT Atal Faculty Development Program. At the outset, I express our heartfelt gratitude to our honorable chief guest, Dr. Vishal Bharti, Dean Faculty of Engineering and Principal of MMEC, Maharshi Markandeshwar deemed to be University, for gracing this occasion with his august presence and for his inspiring address. Sir, your words of wisdom and motivation have truly set the tone for this FTP. Thank you, sir. My sincere thanks to our guest of honor, Dr. Rajiv Kumar, Director AI Courses, MMDU, for sharing his valuable insights and encouragement. Thank you, sir. We are equally thankful to Dr. Sumit Mittal, Professor and Principal MMI CTBM, and the coordinator of this faculty development program, for his visionary guidance, leadership, and dedicated efforts in making this event possible under the aegis of AICT Atal Academy. Thank you, sir. I extend our gratitude to all the dignitaries, resource persons, and the participants from various institutions across the country for joining us in this academic journey. Your participation and enthusiasm are what makes such programs meaningful and successful. A special thanks to the organizing committee members for their meticulous planning and teamwork, and to the technical and support staff for ensuring smooth conduct of the today's inaugural session. Once again, I thank everyone for your presence, encouragement, and support. We look forward to a fruitful and enriching week ahead, filled with the knowledge sharing and innovation. So thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. So before we close the session, let's capture this wonderful moment in our as in memory. I request all the participants and dignitaries to please turn on their cameras for a quick group photograph. And the concerned member is requested to please kindly take the screenshots. I hope the members have taken the screenshots. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in an inaugural session. So this concludes our inaugural ceremony of our 6 days AICT Atal FDP. Now we are going to move ahead with the session one for today's FDP. So I request Dr. Rubika Walia to continue with the session.
Thank you so much, Deepa ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Thank you so much. So the session we are going to start today. Before that, I would like to say good evening to everyone. And I, Dr. Rubika Walia, on the behalf of this organizing committee, welcome all our esteemed guests, dignitaries, and all the participants for the Atal Online 6-day FDP. This program, everybody knows, brings together academicians, researchers, and professionals to explore how advanced computing and artificial intelligence can drive sustainable solutions in diverse real-life domains. For the next 6 days, we look forward to engaging sessions, enriching discussions, and valuable learning experience that will inspire innovation and collaboration. We all extend our heartfelt gratitude to all experts who have joined with us today and will share their knowledge and insight, and to all the participants for being a part of this academic journey. Now, before starting the session, I would like you all to introduce with our today's renowned speaker, Dr. Rakesh Dhiman. Rakesh sir, thank you so much for joining us today. Let me introduce with him. Dr. Rakesh Dhiman is a professor and head of Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Central University of Haryana, Mahendragarh, Haryana, India. Dr. Rakesh received his BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from Punjab Technical University, Jalandhar, India. MTech in Information Technology from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. MBA in HR from Kurukshetra University and PhD in Computer Engineering from NIT Kurukshetra, India. He also started his career from NIT Kurukshetra, where he worked as lecturer. At present, he is working as a professor and head in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Central University of Haryana. He has 21 years of teaching experience and has number of international national conference journal publications to his credit. He is also a reviewer of many international journals and conferences. He has organized many STPs, short-term courses, and conferences or workshops. He is an active member of many professional bodies. He has guided many PhDs and MTech candidates. His key area of interest is wireless network, managed artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and machine learning. Thank you so much, sir, for your precious time. Dr. Rakesh Dhiman.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining us and giving your valuable time to us, sir. Thank you so much. And now I welcome Dr. Rakesh Dhiman, sir. Please take over the FDP and your session is all yours now, sir. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Rubika, for such a nice introduction. I would also like to thank Professor Sumit Mittal for giving me an opportunity to interact with the participant in this FDP. I will be sharing my screen. I hope it will be visible. Please confirm,
Yes, sir,
ma'am.
it's visible.
It's visible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so this FDP, the title of the FDP itself contains multiple words. Advanced computing for sustainable developments, uh, AI driven innovations in real life applications. So, majorly, it contains four keywords: advanced computing, sustainable development, artificial intelligence, and real life applications. So it's very difficult to discuss all four in just this lecture. So I will be mostly focusing on the artificial intelligence. I think maybe other experts may be discussing the other keywords in this. So let's move forward. Now, this artificial intelligence is being used in every domain of the science and technology, because now we are applying it over there. So before that, we would like to know what this artificial intelligence is. Now, this AI again contains two keywords, artificial and intelligence. Artificial is something which is man made, and intelligence which governs the IQ level of a certain person or maybe a certain device. So, here we are talking about the artificial intelligence that focuses on the designing the machines capable of intelligent behavior, the machines which can behave like human. So it integrates the symbolic reasoning with statistical learning to achieve the adaptive intelligence here. So these machines can behave something like the human, whatever humans can do, these machines will also be able to perform the same thing. I think many of you have also heard about the Turing test, which is something similar to this. There is a person which is interacting with the other persons or maybe the machines, and if the person is not able to distinguish between the machine and the person to whom with him is interacting, then it is called as this machine passes the Turing test. So, what is the objective of AI here? AI aims to create systems that perceive reasons, learn, and act autonomously. These goals bridge cognitive science and engineering, defining pathways towards the intelligent computation. We all know a lot about this artificial intelligence nowadays, but this field basically started growing from around 1950s. Even when we were student, we also studied this artificial intelligence, but at that time the books, the subjects, the research work were something different with reference to the artificial intelligence of nowadays. At that time it was more about uh, giving the rules or logic to the machine, and machine is taking the decision on the basis of that. This was the artificial intelligence of 20-30 years back. But nowadays, when we talk about the artificial intelligence, it is not something like that. It is more than that. Let's move forward. So now we are not only giving the rules and logics to the machine, rather we are giving the data to the machine, and machine is writing the code on its own for the betterment of this whole process. At that time, many of you, those who are of my age, they might have studied the expert systems also. Mycin was the first expert system that was part of this AI project altogether. But this artificial intelligence or this expert systemizing ultimately resulted in the failure later at later stage. Why? Because this expert system was able to take the decision with reference to the things those have been taught to that particular machine. But when it's come to the problems or the aspects beyond that particular, this expert system was not able to take the decision. But today's artificial intelligence machines, or you can say the machine learning examples, they are able to well behave like the humans. So now these are the categories of AI systems. Like it can be, we can have a narrow, general, and super intelligent forms. Narrow AI, they can handle the specific task. General AI aims for human level cognition, and super intelligent even exceeds the human limit. I think many of you have also heard about the uh, RSA algorithms. RSA algorithm is used in encryption for providing the security to the your system. When this RSA algorithm was proposed, I think many years back, the size of the key was less, but now the size of the key has been increased. Why? Because with the help of today's computer system, where we have the higher computing facilities, that is why I at the start talked about the keywords of this FDP, advanced computing. Now we have the higher level of computing facilities at our hand. As a result of that, machine will able to compute faster, and multiple rounds of calculations may be done in the fractions of seconds. As a result of that, the algorithm which was thought earlier could not be broken at that particular key size can easily be broken with today's computer system if the key size remained the same. That is why the key size has been increased nowadays. Then comes to the AI and cognitive modeling. Cognitive modeling simulates human thoughts using the computational frameworks like this state, operate, and result, then known as the SOAR or ACTR, that is the adaptive control of thought rationally. So it will somewhat behave similar to the humans. Now, moving towards from the earlier artificial intelligence to the machine learning, because nowadays it is all this today's artificial intelligence is totally revolve around this machine learning and deep learning. So there are few codes regarding the machine learnings where we are teaching to the machines and machines automatically writes the program for us, and it is way beyond the earlier artificial intelligence machine systems. So there are few codes like a breakthrough in machine learning would be worth tens of Microsofts. Machine learning is the next internet, and there are many more adage like this. So, what exactly is the machine learning? It is something automating the automation. Few years back, 20, 30 years back, when India was not well versed with these computer systems, we were somewhat automating the things from conventional ledgers to the computer system. That was something known as the automation. We shifted all our banking data from normal ledgers, registers to the software system that is known as the databases. Now we are going beyond than that. We are doing all this automation automatically. No need to give every detail to the machine or by the user. We are just going to give the data to the machine, and machine will interpret that data, identify the hidden pattern out of that, and write the code for us automatically. So that is what is today's machine learning. So getting computers to program themselves, writing software is a bottleneck. That is why if machine is writing the code for us, that is a very good thing. Let the data do the work instead. So this is, you can see here, this is the traditional programming where we are giving the data and program to the uh, computer system, and our computer is giving us the output. But with the help of machine learning, we are just giving the input data as well as the resultant data, that is the output data for this particular data, and as a result the computer is writing the code for us, and that is the program. This is what is the beauty of this machine learning. Then when we say this learning system, it basically consists of two parts. One is the training part, another one is the testing part. We first train our system for this particular data, and after that we run this system on the testing, or you can say in the real world. So this all process is somewhat similar to the, you can say, the data mining, where we are retrieving certain data out of this. Like Sir has already talked about the many real world example where this artificial intelligence is nowadays used in multiple fields, like maybe in the agriculture, maybe in the uh, bioinformatics, maybe in the fraud detection, maybe in web mining, maybe in the medical domains also. So in all field we are using the artificial intelligence, but the usage is slightly different. But it all revolve around the data. Whatever data, the correct data, we are giving it to the our machine appropriately. It is giving us the uh, generating the code for us. I think many of us have started using the chat GPT and other AI models. The more precisely we will give the information to our model, it will train it properly and give us the result accordingly. So there are multiple domain where we can use this artificial intelligence, but all is this, it is just a kind of giving the correct data and identifying the pattern out of it. That is why it is something similar to your data mining algorithms. So it is no more like the gardenings. The here we are just like in the garden, we are sowing the seeds. Here we have the algorithms. Here we are giving the algorithms to our machine. Nutrients here are the data that basically is the key for any artificial intelligence system. We are the gardener, and plants are our programs that we would like to grow out of this. So nowadays, this machine learning or artificial intelligence is used in multiple domains like speech recognition, natural language processing, medical uh, field. It improves the this trend is also accelerating and also improve the various algorithms. And software too is very very complex to write by hand. That is why this automation of this uh, automating the automation helps in this process. These are some applications of, you can say, the machine learning, or the broad categories, the artificial intelligence. It can be applied to the web search, computational biology, finance, e-commerce. All our e-commerce applications nowadays, all business models are completely based on this artificial intelligence. We all know about this e-commerce applications like Amazon, Flipkart. They all use the recommender system at the back end, and this recommender system is nothing but it is using the machine learning algorithm at its background. It is taking the data from all of us. Whenever we register at the Amazon, it requests us to give my brief data, like what is my name, what is my age, and all such information. If it is not taking the information explicitly from me, it will be requesting me to log in with my Gmail account, and my Gmail account has all such information. And this will be helping a lot in the digital marketing and targeting the specified customers. So in e-commerce, or you can say the business analytic applications, these machine learning, or you can say the artificial intelligence systems, are playing key role. In the other fields also, like in the medical field, earlier the patient has to go some critical test, and on the basis of that the doctor is going to predict whether a patient is suffering from a particular disease or not. But with the help of these artificial intelligence systems, we can easily able to detect many of the diseases by having the symptoms of the disease. Those were uh, feed into the system in the form of data for various tests, and on the basis of that my machine learning algorithm is predicting whether a patient is really suffering from a disease or not. Similarly, this machine learning or artificial intelligence is used in the fraud detection also. Like there are n number of transactions are going on day by day basis, but the aim here is to identify the particular user who is the culprit and who is the fraud here. It so with the help of all this machine learning, because manually or through humans it was really very difficult, but with the help of machine learning we are giving the data, and my system is automatically doing everything at the background. But when this machine learning it comes, there are three things. Those are very important for any artificial intelligence system to work properly. As there are tens of thousands of machine learning algorithms, selection of right algorithm is very important, and many algorithms are being added day by day also. But every machine learning algorithm has three components, that is the representation, and then the evaluation, and third one is the optimization. So whole machine learning concept will revolve around these three things: representation, evaluation, and optimization. The better we will do, the more accurate results we are going to get. When we talk about the representation, it is basically the space allowed uh, for the models, or the hypothesis space, but also takes into account the fact we are expressing models in some formal language that may encode some models more easily than the other ones. So, if we are able to represent our hypothesis space properly, then the performance of my system will go higher. There are multiple ways to represent. Like we can represent it with the help of decision trees, we can represent it with the help of neural networks, we can use the support vector machines, we can use the logic programs, and there are many more representation models. Next come is the evaluation. Now, how we are going to evaluate it? So, evaluation is essentially how you judge or prefer one model versus the another. As there are n number of models, which one you are going to select? So, it's what you might have seen as a utility function, loss function, scoring function, fitness function. There are multiple names given for this selection. So think of this as a height of the landscape for which each given model, with lower areas being more preferable or desirable than the higher areas without the loss of generality. Like we have the accuracy, we have the precision and recall, mean squared error, likelihood, posterior probability. So these are the evaluation metrics. On the basis of that, we are going to identify which representation model is good for us. And third one is the optimization. That is how we search the space for representative models to obtain better evaluations. Which evaluations will be able to perform better. So this is the way you expect to traverse the landscape to find the promised land of ideal models. Stochastic gradient descent and the genetic algorithms are the two very different ways of optimization. So when it comes to the optimization, we can go either the combinatorial optimization, convex optimization, or constrained optimization. There are multiple searching techniques for these optimization, like we have the greedy search, gradient descent, linear programming. But the most important out of this is we earlier had normal conventional search mechanism like the linear search algorithms. We studied the binary search algorithm. Now why these machine learning, this greedy search, these are so important? So when we have a very limited data, then linear search or binary search we do well. But when we have terabytes of data, like nowadays, because nowadays we have the lot of storage device available in our devices. Moreover, the internet speed has also gone drastically up during the last multiple many years. As a result of that, the data is being generated at a very very high rate. Apart from that, the Google, Google, and many other these service providers, they are storing lot of data also for targeted marketing. They are storing all our information. Like whenever we are moving from one place to another place, it is storing each and every aspect of that. It is also storing whatever we are doing throughout my computer throughout the day. It is going to store each and every thing which I performed on the computer. As a result of that, they are also going to take many better decisions. Like suppose let's take an example of targeted marketing. Like Google is going to store my each and every location. Suppose in the morning I was in Ambala, and by the time of around 10 a.m. I reached suppose Mahendergarh, and suppose in the evening suppose I reached at suppose Mumbai. So suppose this is a kind of pattern for suppose 2 3 days. So with the help of this, Google will be able to analyze that. In the morning I was in Ambala, and suppose after 3 hours I was in suppose Mahendergarh, and after suppose after that suppose 5 or 5.5 hours I am in Mumbai. It means that I traveled from Mahendergarh to Mumbai in 5 hours. It means the only mode of travel is the by air. It means I am a traveler of uh, airplane traveler. So if suppose any advertising agency, suppose yatra.com, goevo.com, it would like to target the customers for these some persons, those who are frequent traveler. So such information will be quite a good for these things. That as a result of that, Google will be able to generate the targeted marketing. So there are many examples, because all these online things, these are being done with the help of targeted marketing. So they are using the data very effectively. Similarly, this data is being used effectively in the other domains also. So moving back to the types of learning. So here we have, when we talk about machine learning, we have three types of learning. One is the supervised learning, and another one is the unsupervised learning. In case of supervised learning, we give the training data that includes the desired outputs also, or we can you can say we give the labels along with the data. In case of unsupervised learning, we give the training data that does not include any of the desired outputs. It will something like that. We are given the data of the users, and the machine is automatically going to group them into uh, categories, but there is no label given to the machine. And and there is another category, that is the semi-supervised learning, which includes a few desired outputs, or you can say it is in between the supervised and unsupervised. And there is another category that is known as the reinforcement learning, that is used in some cases where we keep certain rewards from the sequences of action. If the machine is going in the positive direction, we put some positive bias, or you can say the reward. And if it is going in the negative direction, we give some negative bias, or you can say the punishment kind of things. So this is a supervised learning. You can see here, we give the input data and the labels in the training part, and in the testing, we give only the data, and according to that, it will label it. In unsupervised learning, we are just giving the data, and the machine is automatically categorizing it into the different categories. So in this diagram, you can see it clearly. In supervised learning, we have three different categories where we have given the label, but in unsupervised learning, uh, we have not given any kind of label, and semi-supervised learning, it is in between these two things. And then we have the inductive learning, like given the examples of function x, and we have the function fx. Function fx, for new example x, it predicts the value of x. So if it is a discrete kind of thing, then it is something known as the classification problem, and if it is a continuous one, then it is known as the regression problem. Like classification means whether uh, whether the student belong to Haryana or it is outside Haryana. It's the kinds of classification. But when we have a continuous variable like the share market, it is continuously going up or it is going down. It is not discrete something. So there are multiple methods of learning. We have decision tree induction, we have rule induction, we have Bayesian learning, Bayesian belief networks, we have neural networks, and n number of supervised learning techniques available there. And for unsupervised learning, also we have certain categories like the clustering and the dimensionality reduction techniques. So for training and testing, we have to manage our data properly so that uh, there is a sufficient amount of data is used for training. It may be a 70-30 split or maybe 80-20 split depending upon the data. So for training one, it is a kind of, you can say, the observed data that is already given with us, and it is all taken from the our universal set. And we have the testing data that is yet unobserved. So training is the process of making the system able to learn, and as a result, training set and testing set come from the same distribution. As I said earlier, it is come from the universal set. So it need to make some assumptions or bias is there in the system. So in supervised, what we are seeking the low error out or maximize the probabilistic terms. We expect the error should be as less as possible. And in case of unsupervised, we expect minimum quantization error, minimum distance, minimum average precision, mean average precision, and maximum likelihood estimation. So these are the parameters that we expect in this. And there are, when we are performing these machine learning algorithms with reference to our data, sometimes the two key terms come here is the underfitting and overfitting that is to be taken into consideration here. Underfitting is when, in case of your training, your model is not able to analyze the data altogether. So what will happen is the performance of your system will remain low even in case of training as well as in case of testing. That is something known as the underfitting. This is something known as the underfitting. And in case of overfitting, it is something like that your model has totally crammed your data, training data, and in training it is giving us the good result, but suddenly when it comes to the testing, the performance drastically goes down. So we need to seek all these two conditions into consideration when we are giving the data to our machines. So there are several factors that affects the performance, like types of training provided, the form and extent of any initial background knowledge, the type of feedback, something. So modeling and optimization, these two are also important factors. So the success of any machine learning system also depends upon the algorithms. The algorithms control the search to find and build the knowledge structure. So the learning algorithm should extract useful information from training examples. So the overall performance of the system will be dependent upon both the algorithm as well as on the data. In this lecture, we will be more focusing on the data rather than the algorithms. In the coming lectures in these FTP, you will be more listening about the algorithms. So data integration selection, cleaning, and pre-processing, these are very, very important, because whenever the data is given to us, it may not be in a straightforwardly useful manner. Like I will give you one example. Suppose uh, I'm going to take the decision whether a credit card should be issued to a person or not. Suppose taking an example of a company which is offering the credit card, and suppose it has certain data at hand, like it has the data, my the username, the user age, and his monthly salary. So let's take an example, like suppose my name is Rakesh, my age is suppose 42, and my salary is suppose 1 lakh per month. Let's take an example. So my all these machine learning models, basically it is nothing, it is all the mathematics or statistics going on at the background. So we have to convert each and everything into the numbers on which we can apply certain operations. So suppose we have converted, like suppose in our case, like here, name, age, and salary in rupees. Suppose name, basically it is not going to affect whatever may be the name, it is not going to affect. So we have only two parameters here for this example. We have the age and we have the salary. Now, the value of age will be go only up to double digit. Maybe suppose it is something like that, 18 to 99 maybe. But for the salary, it may go from 20,000 to suppose 50,000, maybe to 5 lakh. So it is a kind of 5-digit number. So any operation you are going to perform on this data, definitely the salary variable will be going to dominate and it will affect all other variables. So that is why the data, whenever you are going to perform any operation, it has to be taken very, very seriously. If your data is not correctly given to your system, your model is not going to give the good results. That is why we are focusing a lot on the data. Many of the students, those who are doing their research, like suppose they are going to suppose identify the diseases for a particular crop, but my model is not going to predict the disease until it will be able to take the data properly from the images, because the data for crop agriculture, it will come in the form of images. From images I have to identify the relevant data and it has to be brought into the specific format on which my model will be able to perform certain operations. So data quality or the data format is very, very important here. So that comes under the part of the processing the data, or you can say the pre-processing the data. So that measures the data quality, and we have a multi-dimensional view here. Now with reference to the multi-dimensional, uh, like we all studied about the dimensions here: one-dimensional data, two-dimensional data. uh, Images we have all seen, like when we are plotting a certain square or in a cube or a home on the paper, it is certain something known as the two-dimensional, but in actual it has three dimensionals. So when we talk about the data, when we are having the data in multiple dimensions, it means something like that. Suppose there is a supermarket store. Suppose let's say the example of Smart Bazaar or maybe the Big Bazaar. Suppose it is located in multiple cities, so we have the data for that. Suppose these stores are selling throughout the year, it means we have the data for the time. It means that is another dimension. And then it may be possible that we have the data with reference to the item wise also. Like suppose there is one men's section, another one is the food section, another one is the kids section. So that is another dimension. The same data of sale, we have the different dimension. One dimension may be the time, what products are sold during a particular time, maybe in the month of November, what type of products are being sold, which store sells the different items at different location. Maybe the store in the northern part of the country selling more winter clothes in the month of November, but altogether if a store is located in the southern part of the country, there is no reason of selling the winter clothes over there. So that is something different. So same sales data, but multiple dimensions we are taking into consideration. So These dimensions are very, very important. So when we talk about the data for pre-processing, we need to ensure the accuracy of the data. We need to ensure the completeness of the data. The data must be complete. The consistency of the data, the timely updated, whether the data is updated or not, believability, how much trustable the data is, interpretability of the data, how easily the data can be understood. Like recently, like the I think day before yesterday, we have all come to know that our Delhi airport, IGI airport, was shut down for around I think 2 hours because the data that was being provided to the pilots, that was shown to be trustable, but actually the data was not correct. The accuracy of the data was wrong. As a result of that, I think might of you have heard about that. The it was shown to the pilot that it is a runway, but actually it was certain field on which it was instructing the pilot to land the airplane. As a result of that, the whole airport was shut down. So that is the importance of data. If the wrong data is provided to the correct person, ultimately it will result in a catastrophe. So similarly, if your model, suppose you have built a model for suppose identification of the disease in a crop, or maybe the identification of whether a particular patient is suffering from a cancer or not. If your data is incorrect, ultimately it is going to give us the wrong result, and it will be a major catastrophic for the users also. So major task in data processing is the data. First task is to data cleaning, clean the data, and then we integrate the data, and then we reduce the data, and then finally we transform or discretize the data. So these are the steps those are involved with reference to our data, because many of our students or the teachers, they are started applying the machine learning algorithms, but the importance of data, those especially those who are from not from the computer science background, they are attending this FDP, they will come to know the importance of this data. Suppose you have collected the active data from the users, you have given us, like whenever we visit any of the supermarket, they give us the form. Many of you have also faced this. They tell us, sir, our store is offering you this particular time of offer, but for this you need to fill this form. For that form, basically they are collecting our data. That is all they required. So moving on to the data cleaning. Now, data in the real world is sometimes dirty, and it may contains the lot of potentially incorrect data. It may be due to the instrument fault, or maybe the human or computer error, or maybe the transmission error that has resulted in the faulty data, or maybe the incomplete data. This may also have resulted due to the noise in the system, or the inconsistency of the data. Suppose the same person whose age is shown somewhere at 42, and somewhere it is written in the like complete date, like 3rd of July 2010. So these two data are same with reference to the actual real world data, but when it comes to the computer system, it is giving us the inconsistent kind of things. So was rating 1, 2, 3, now rating ABC. In real world, this is okay. Human will be able to understand it, but my computer system will not be able to take the decision properly with these kind of data. We have to instruct our machine to behave properly with these data, and these two data are somewhat similar. And there may be discrepancy between the duplicate records also that has to be taken. And certain intentionally certain data, certain wrong data is inserted into the system, like January 1 is everyone's birthday. So this is certain wrong information that has been inserted. So data is not always available. Example, many tuples, there is no recorded value given into the system. So we have to take that also into the consideration, because suppose when we visit any of the supermarket, they collect our data in the form of, they give us the form, and they take our data. But sometimes I intentionally left many of the fields blank. Suppose they ask my salary, how many credit cards do I have. They may ask whether I have a four-wheeler or not, I have a two-wheeler or not, whether I'm an urban customer, it may be possible that many of the customer had left them blank. So missing data may be due to equipment malfunction, maybe the human intentional inconsistent with other recorded data. This may be deleted. So we have to take all these values into consideration. So how we will be able to handle this missing data? We can ignore the particular tuple, we can ignore that particular row, or you can say the column. Now, whenever we are dealing with artificial intelligence, or you can say the machine learning, we have the data in the form of rows and columns. Just like you have seen the Excel sheet, so we have the columns, there we have the attributes like the age of the user, salary of the user, his father name, in which class he is studying, something like that. And on the rows we are having the values. So if the data is missed in any of one of the rows or a particular column, then we can ignore it. But if my column is empty, then it will be a challenge. Otherwise, it will remove my whole attribute out of this. Suppose I have 4 or 5 attributes. On the basis of that, I am going to predict something or discover something. And if I remove the whole attribute, then it is a big challenge. So, sorry. So what we can do is we can fill the missing values with the help of certain mechanism, like we can have the certain global constants. We can have the mean value also. We can take the mean of the other values or the most probable values, inference based such as Bayesian formulas or decision tree, or we can use apply our past experience and fill that particular value. Sometimes we may also have the noise in the system, in the random error or the variance in a measured value. So incorrect attribute values may be due to the faulty data collection instruments. So data entry problems, data transmission problems, technology limitations, inconsistency in naming conventions, or the other problems may be like this. We have the duplicate records or incomplete records. Those may be taken very easily in case of the noisy data. So how we can handle this noise? In the first case, we have the missing values that we have taken care with the help of either taking the average of the values or maybe just ignoring the whole uh, tuple, or maybe by applying the values by using our past experience. Now comes is the noisy data. If we have the wrong data, so first we can use the binning method. That is, we can just sort the data and partition into the equal bins, and we can take the frequency. Then one can smooth by bins, smooth by median, or by the means. We can also use the regression, that is smooth by fitting the data into a regression function. You can use any of the functions. We can also use the clustering and remove the outliers. Those who are in a given clusters, we consider them within the range, and the values, those who are outlier, we just remove them. And we can also use the combined computer and human inspection that detect the suspicious values and check by humans altogether. So data cleaning is a process in which data we detect the data discrepancies. This is done with the help of metadata that shows us the certain kind of domain range dependencies. We check the field overloading, we check the uniqueness rules. Many rules are given in the systems, and we check all those. We can also do the data scrubbing and data auditing. And then finally, we have the data migration and integration, for which we use the ETL tools. Those are known as the extraction, transformation, and loading tools that allows the user to specify the transformation through a graphical user interface and selects the appropriate integration mechanism. So this data integration is also very, very important when it comes to the data, because suppose I have a data for data from different hospitals. Suppose I have a medical data, that is suppose I have a medical data with reference to the cancer patients, or suppose we have a data for agriculture taken from two different states, but for the same crop in one state, it may be measured in some different uh, way, or the nomenclature of a particular crop is different, so it is done different with the different states. So like suppose we have a data from a particular hospital A and we have the data from the hospital B. In hospital A, it is customer ID, and in the hospital B, it is customer underscore hash. You can see here. All these two is basically it is a customer name or it is the customer ID altogether. So when we are integrating the data from multiple hospitals, so if my metadata is uh, not able to tell my machine learning model that these two fields are same, it is not going to integrate the data properly. It will consider these two attributes separately. Maybe in one hospital I have taken the date of birth as the one attribute in the hospital A, whereas in the another hospital we are taking the rather than date of birth we are taking the age as the attribute. Now these two attributes are same because from the date of birth I can calculate the age and we can apply any of the machine learning models. So that is why data integration is very important here. So we need to identify the real world entities from multiple data sources, and we need to check whether these two users are same or not. In detecting and resolving data values conflict for the same real world entity, attribute values from different sources may be different. The possible reason may be the different representation, different scales, as I said to you. Then there is another challenge while handling the data is the handling the redundancy in the data integration. Redundant data often occurs many a times. Like let's take an example. There may be a like again moving to the medicinal data. It may be possible that there is a person A which first uh, get treated as hospital A, and later on he was not able to satisfied with the treatment going on at hospital A. He moved to hospital B. Now the user is same at hospital A and hospital B, but in terms of computer, it may be taking the data as different. Maybe in the first hospital, my name is supposed written as Rakesh Kumar, and in the another hospital, it may be taken as R Kumar, or maybe the Kumar Rakesh. So you can just take the example here. So same data at two different location, it's certain known as the redundant data. So my machine learning model must be able to identify such data which is redundant at two different places. And sometimes we are able to also the derivable data in which one attribute may be derived from the another attribute. As I have taken the example, if I have the date of birth, I can derive the attribute that is what is the age of the customer, what is the age of the patient, something like that. So redundant attributes may be able to be detected by the correlation analysis and the covariance analysis. Here comes the maths or statistics come into the picture, because whenever you have the data, you need to identify whether two attributes are same, they are giving us the same result or not. Now, many of you may ask me that, "Okay, sir, even if we have these same attributes, what's the problem with that? Let's go with both the attributes and let's the model give us the result." Definitely, if we are going to use both the attributes, those are similar in nature or maybe having the redundant values, the performance of my model will remain same. Even if I remove one of the attribute or if I keep both the attributes, the performance will remain same. But the problem here is the the computation time, the iteration time, the time for which my model is going to generate the result, that will be reduced if I have reduced the number of attributes, if I have removed the redundant attributes out of this. That is why I am doing all this. So for this, we can do the correlation analysis or we can do the covariance analysis. In case of correlation analysis, I am basically using a kind of chi-square test where we have the observed value, expected values, and we apply this function here and we get the values. So the larger the value of chi-square, the more likely the variables are related. Because sometimes, like suppose I have the attribute my monthly salary and I have the annual salary, or you can say I have my gross salary, I have the monthly salary from my form 16, and I have a gross salary that is filled in my ITR form. So these two attributes are completely same. They are giving us the similar result. If I multiply my monthly salary by 12, and maybe a 5 to 10% of variation, that will be my total salary that I'm finding onto the ITR. So these two attributes are same. So I need to identify whether the two attributes are related or not. Now here in this case, it is very simple to identify by the name of the attribute. But in real life scenario, it is not easy. Like suppose there is a particular person who is performing some scientific experiment with reference to a particular salt to check the effect of a particular salt to a particular disease. So it is trying to do the combination of certain salts and trying to see how it is giving us the results of for a particular disease. So here, no, by applying just human mind, you will not be able to identify for there. This test will come into the picture. So the higher the value of chi-square, the more likely the two variables are. So the cell that contributes the most to the chi-square values are those whose actual count is very different from the expected count. So correlation, actually, sometime it may also give us the wrong result also. Like you can see here, let's we have taken example here. The number of hospitals and the number of car theft in a city are correlated if you apply a certain function. But in real life, hello, is there any? Uh, I think some noise is coming. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
So, like you can see here, the number of hospitals and number of car theft in a city, it is showing us that these two are interrelated, but these are not related. It is something like that. The variable is linked because of the very high population. So where the population density will be high, definitely number of car theft and number of hospitals may be high. So we have to apply the human brains also after applying this chi-square test. Many a times it may not give us the accurate result. So this is another example where we are computing the chi-square calculations for the two variables. Like here, we have the data for the students in the class where those who play chess and those who don't play chess. And there are certain students who likes the science fiction, uh, and there are some those who don't like the science fiction. So we are trying to relate the things, and when we apply this chi-square test and it shows that the value of 507 and it is very very high, so it shows that the people who like the science fiction or the students who like the science fiction also play chess. These are correlated in the group for this particular use case. If I change the values, the result for the chi-square test will also be changed. Then we can also, and this was all about for the nominal data. We have the different types of data, like we have the nominal, we have the ordinal, and we have the numeric data. So for numeric data, we can apply a similar test known as the correlation analysis that will be done with the help of Pearson coefficient. So for this, we have this particular equation and we apply this Pearson coefficient here, and where n is the number of tuples in our database or data set. We have a bar and b bar are the respective means of a and b attributes. We have sigma a and sigma b are the standard deviations, and we have the ab is the cross product. And accordingly, if this Pearson coefficient is greater than 0, it means a and b are positively correlated, and if it is less than 0, they are negatively correlated, and if it is 0, it comes out to be independent of each other. So positively correlated means if one will go higher, another will also go higher. Negatively correlated means one will go higher, the another one will go lower. If it is 0, it is something like that. These two are completely independent of each other. So we can see the relationship between the different variables or attributes and check whether these are interrelated or not with the help of certain mathematical functions. First we have seen is the chi-square test. Now moving on to the covariance, that will be again on the numeric data, but here we are using certain different equations here for checking the relativity between the two variables to just remove the redundant attribute out of the calculation. So here we have the n is the number of tuples again, and the positive covariance again will show that A and B both tend to be larger than their expected values. Negative covariance means A is larger and then it is expected values. B is likely to be smaller than its expected value. It is something, again, these two are similar or these two are not similar based on this particular equation of covariance. Again, here we have taken the example of covariance here with reference to the stock of two stocks, stock prices of two attributes A and B that have the following values for 1 week. It may be 2 and 5, then it is 3 and 8, and then we have computed by applying this equation, and it comes out to be A and B rise together since covariance is greater than 0. So from this we come to know that these two attributes perform in a similar way. So if I remove one of the attribute, still my model is going to give us the similar result. That is why it is very, very important to check the relation between the two attributes. Now, moving on to the data reduction strategies, because as we have already discussed, a lot of data is being generated day by day. But if we apply my machine learning model onto all the attributes or the data available with me, then it is not going to give us the good results. So data reduction is very, very important. So we need to obtain the reduced representation of the data set that is much smaller in volume, but yet produces the same analytics or same analytical results. That is why it is important. So we can do the dimensionality, these data reduction strategies with the help of either we can do dimensionality reduction or we can do the numericity reduction. Both of these things will be similar in nature and they will perform our target. And we can also go with the data compression. We have multiple data compression techniques, like we compress the data with the help of WinZip. That will also do the task. But will my model will be able to perform the things on the compressed data? Like suppose I have a very critical data. Suppose I have the data of the marks of my students. Now, suppose I have to give this data to the third party to apply certain machine learning algorithms and give me the result. But I don't want to give the complete data in the plain format. I want to give the data in the encrypted format so that the third party will not be able to understand it. That is something where this data in compression or the data encryption comes into the picture, because nowadays we are using the help of third party like Amazon cloud for computation. They are giving us the computation facilities, so we are giving our data over there, but I want my data to be encrypted first in different format so that then computation will be performed, and then I would like to get the results back. So dimensional reductions, we have the wavelet transform, principal component analysis, and feature subset selection. Through that, we can reduce the dimensionality of the data. We have already discussed the what is the meaning of dimensions with reference to the data. Like as I said to you, we have the data with reference to the location, we have the data with reference to the time, we have the data with reference to the item for a particular supermarket store. But different dimensions will give us the different uh, values for the same sales data. So more the dimensions you have, when dimensionality increases, data becomes increasingly sparse, and density and distance between the points, which is critical to clustering, outline analysis becomes less meaningful. That is why we go for this reducing the dimensions. Because if you are applying any model with the generalized dimensions of the data, the performance or the accuracy of the system will be limited a lot. That is why this reduction in the dimensionality is very, very important. For this, you can use either the wavelet transform or the PCA, that is the principal component analysis. For wavelet transform, you can apply the Fourier transform or the wavelet transform. For principal component analysis, it works on the principle of, like you can see here, we find a projection that captures the largest amount of variation in the data, and the original data are projected onto the much smaller space. So we have the data in x1 dimension, x2 dimension. We have projected into the third one by taking x1 and x2 into consideration, and here we are able to reduce the two dimension into the one direction with the help of this PCA. Here we have used the eigenvectors for this. We can also go with the attribute subset selection. This is another way of reducing the dimensionality. Here The redundant attributes or the duplicate one are contained in one or more attributes like the purchase price of a product and the amount of sale tax paid. So these two attributes are somewhat similar, or you can say the sale tax paid is included in the purchase price of the product. So if we have the purchase price of the product, I can easily find out the sales tax paid on the basis of the like the GST applicable on a particular item. I don't have to be a separate sale tax there. So it contains no information that is useful for the data mining to perform. We can also apply the heuristic search in attribute selection. There may be the like suppose there are two D attributes, and if we apply the combinations of attributes, we may have the 2 raised to the power D possible attributes. So typical heuristic search selection methods will have 2 raised to the power D possibilities, but I would like to reduce it to some extent. So the best stepwise feature selection is the you just select the best attribute that is to be picked first, and then the next best, and until and unless I am able to get the sufficient number of attributes for which my model is giving us the good result, then I will be stopping there. So step by step, we are just either including the best attributes, or we can also do the vice versa. We are just removing, or you can say the eliminating the worst attributes one by one until and unless we will be left with the required number of attributes. So it is the best combined attribute. We have the selection as well as the elimination, and we use the backtracking elimination for this. Another important way of this reducing the number of attributes, we have the attribute creation also. We create the third attribute by using the two attributes. So create new attributes that can capture the important information in a data set more effectively than the original ones. Three journals methodologies we have. We have the attribute extraction, mapping data into the completely new space. For this, we can again use the wavelet transformation, or we can combine the certain attributes on the basis of discriminative frequent patterns and data discretization. Let's taking an example, like we have the uh, data of age of the users, we have the data of the salary of the users. Out of that, we can create the third attribute whether the particular user is using the credit card or not. So this third attribute we have created out of the earlier two attributes. Then we can also do the numericity reduction. In the previous cases, we have just reduced the dimensions. We can also reduce the numericity. Reducing data volume by choosing the alternative smaller forms of data representation, that is basically known as the numericity. For this, we can use the parametric methods or maybe the non-parametric methods. For parametric methods, we can reuse the regressions. Maybe it is a linear regression, logistic regression, non-linear models, log linear models, and n number of models available there. For non-parametric, we can use the histogram, clustering, sampling, and all that. So linear regression is comparatively easy to understand and easy to implement as compared to the non-linear or log linear models. But linear models cannot be a linear regression model cannot be applied in all the domains straightforwardly. This is the example of regression analysis here. It's just the equation of simple line where we have the y is equal to mx plus b, and we are going to identify the points and we are going to predict which is the best fit for this particular line. So for all these attributes, we are taking it as a single one. As I have already said to you, we can go with the linear regression, we can go with the multiple regression, we can go with the log linear models, and there are other models also. These were the parametric models, and this is this histogram cluster analysis. These comes under the uh, non-parametric models. So for histogram analysis, we just divide the data into the buckets and store the average of each bucket and partition the equal this buckets into the equal range or the equal frequency, and on the basis of that we are going to reduce the data. Similarly, we can use the clustering, where we partition the data set into the clusters based on similarity and store the cluster representations only. It can only be very effective if the data is clustered, but not if data is smeared. It can have hierarchical clustering and can be stored in the multiple dimensional index tree structures. Then another important aspect of this reducing the, you can say, the size of the data is with the help of sampling, where, because till now we are focusing on the number of attributes here, but now we will be focusing on uh, the the amount of data. With the help of sampling, we are obtaining the small sample s to represent the whole data set n. Like suppose there are 100 students in my class, rather than taking the data of all 100 for training or you can testing for my model, I am taking only the data of 10 students. But here, this is known as the sample of 10 students. But here, this selection of these 10 students or the sample, it is very, very important. It should represent the whole class. If my sample is not taken appropriately, then this is not going to give us the good result. So this is whole will be a biased. So the simple random sampling may have very poor performance in the presence of skew that will result in the skew. Like suppose in a whole class, it may be possible that there are suppose 45 girls or maybe 55 boys. 100 is the total strength of the class. I have taken the data of suppose all the girls only 10. Suppose I have taken the sample of 10 and on this 10 there are all girls. So whenever I will be applying any model, it may not be representing the data in a proper way. So it's the data is my skewed. So sampling may not reduce the database input output. So we have the different types of sampling here. Simple random sampling. We have the sampling without replacement, sampling with replacement, and stratified sampling. These are the different ways of sampling that we can use. Once an object is selected, or it is the same object which can be taken again, or we can take the similar object of that kind. You can see here. So we have the raw data here, and out of that we have chosen certain samples. So simple random sample without the replacement here. There you can see here we have the blue one. It can come only single time, but here we have the with replacement to simple blue. This data it may come again here. So these are the different ways of sampling. Then we have the clustering, or we can have the stratified sample. We have the raw data and we have made the clusters out of this. And but when we are making the clusters, we have to give the number of clusters to be generated by at the start of this data analysis process. Then we can also go with the data cube aggregation in this. The lowest level of this data is we are going at a level of data cubes. Like suppose we have the data of suppose a supermarket store, but rather than going in all the dimensions, I am going in all the dimensions, but I am reducing the size of the cube. You can just assume a cube in one dimension. We have the data with reference to the time. At another dimension we have the location. Another dimension we have the items. I am going in all the dimension, but we have reduced the size of the cube. That is something known as the data cube aggregation or reduction. So here the queries regarding the aggregated information should be answered using the data cube whenever possible. So we can go with the string compression also. We can go with the audio video compression. Compressions, as I said to you, we can use the WinZip, WinRAR. There are multiple compression algorithms available with us. We can apply the compression algorithms. But there are two types of, you can say, compression. One is the lossless compression and the another one is the lossy compression. Whenever in this data set, or you can say the machine learning field, we are mostly interested in the lossless compression, because if we have the data, we will be able to regenerate the data back without any loss of information. But in case of lossy compression, with progressive, you can say the refinement, it may be possible that you will not be able to regenerate the data, and there is some loss of information in this. But if the data size is very large, some cases we may go with the lossy compression also. So you can see with this diagram, this is the original data and this is the compressed data. In case of lossless, we will be able to regenerate the original data with the help of lossless compression. But in case of lossy compression, we will be able to, I think, generate the from the original data, we have generated the compressed data, but from compressed data, we will be not be able to generate the original data altogether. We will be able to generate the approximated data that is equivalent to your original one. And lastly, will have to have the data transformation, because it is a kind of function that maps the entire set of values of a given attribute to a new set of replacement values. So for this, we have the smoothing that removes the noisy data. We can apply the attribute feature construction. We can do the aggregation. Aggregation is very important in case of this data pre-processing, because here we are applying a certain kind of aggregation function. Like suppose if we ask to a student who has just passed the 10th standard, we will ask him what is your 10th percentage, or you can say the 10th aggregate marks. So he will not tell us the marks of each and every subject. He will just tell us I got 89%, 92%. That is just the aggregation of that. So sometime aggregation also be serving the purpose of this data with reference to our work. Then we can also go with the normalization scales, the different scales we have preferred with. So for normalization, we may have the min-max normalization, z-score normalization, because if the data is given in a particular format, we have to normalize it. As I said to you at the beginning, if I have the data of suppose age, that is just a double digit number. If I have the value of salary, that's a 5-digit number. If you perform any of the operation, it is just going to be the effect of the salary altogether. So what we can do is we can just divide each value of a particular attribute in that particular column by the maximum value of that particular thing. So as a result of that, each of the value will now comes out to be in between 0 to 1. This is one example. So my all values will be in a similar range, and we can have the data all together over there. So when it comes to the discretization, we have the three different types of attributes. We have the nominal values, where the values are given in the form of unordered sets. Maybe the pink, maybe the red color t-shirt, maybe the brown color t-shirt. Here there is no orders given to this. And then we have data in the form of ordered values. Maybe this student has got A grade, this has got B grade, this has got C grade. This is also that kind of data. But here orders are given. A grade students have got better marks as compared to the B grade student. And sometimes we have the numeric value, like this student has got 89% marks, this has got 92% marks. So data may be it may be represented in different formats. We have to bring that in a certain format for which we will be able to apply certain operations. So discretization is something divide the range of a continuous attribute into the intervals, and interval labels can then be used to replace actual data values. It reduces the your it reduces your data size by the discretization. So we can apply certain things all together. So we can go with the top-down or bottom-up approach. It can be performed recursively on different uh, objects or the difference variable. We can go this data discretization method with the help of binning. Binning we have already seen, the different bins can be created. We go with the histograms also. We go with the clustering. We go with decision tree analysis. These things we'll be studying in the next 2-3 days, like the clustering with different types of clustering. Today we mostly focus on the data and how we will be able to manage the data. So we go with the discretization. The first form is the binning. We go with the equal width partitioning, or we go with the equal frequency partitioning. Let's take with the help of example. Here we have, suppose this sorted data for a price 4, 8, 9, 15. So we can do it with the help of equal frequency, equal depth bins. So we have created 3 bins for this data: 4, 8, 9, 15. 4, 4 we have taken in one bin. So this is a kind of equi-depth bins. Then we smoothing by the bin means. We have taken the mean out of this 4, 8, 9, 15, and 9 comes out to be the mean of this. So bin 1 is something 9. Bin 2 is 21, 21, 24, 25. So we have taken the average of this, or you can say mean, it comes out to be 23. Similarly, we can go with the smoothing by bin boundaries. So here in this case, we have the values 4, 8, 9, and 15. So we are going with only the boundaries 4 or 15. So values will be 4 or 15. So the value which is near to 4, like 8 is near to 4 as compared to 15. So it is converted into 4. And similarly, we have 4, 4, 4, 15. So somewhat we can use the binning. We can also go with the clustering, like you can say, see here, k-means clustering, k-medioid clusterings, k-mode clustering. We may have different clustering algorithms. Those can be applied here. These two, both binning and clustering, they gives the similar kind of results. So we go with the discretization by classification and correlation analysis. We have already seen this chi-square test for classifications. So we go different types of this hierarchy generation for nominal data. We have seen this nominal data, ordinal data, and the numeric data. But we would like to have the data in the form of numbers so that we can apply these mathematical operation on this. We also have the data in the form of hierarchy, like we have seen the aggregation, we have the generalization also. We have the data with reference to the country level, we have the data with reference to the province or state, we have the data with reference to the city or the street level. So more downward we go into this dimension, the exact value we are going to get, but the complexity of the system will also be go higher. So this is all about the data, how we will be able to manage it. So in the end, we can conclude that with a simple overview of some techniques and algorithms in machine learning, or you can say the artificial intelligence, there are more and more techniques that can be applied to the machine learning as a solution. And in future, machine learning will play an important role in our day-to-day life. These are certain data sets, those are available. Those who will be working in the different domain, you can download the relevant data out of this. Many of the students are downloading the data from Kaggle also, but these are certain government websites. Those are giving us the genuine data. These are certain journals, those who are publishing the relevant research in this domain, and these are certain reputed conferences, and these are the references for which we have taken for this PPT. Now we have certain time left with us. We can have certain question answers also.
Thank you, sir.
So we can
Am
take
I yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Raketiman. Thank you so much. It was really a very nice session. Participants, now there's a question answer round. If anyone has any question, they can ask. Anyone from the
Hello.
participants?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
My name is Dr. Tayinder Kaur. Sir, I have two questions.
Yeah, ma'am, please.
Sir, first question is using a data set of incomplete information, sir, for example, medical or weather data. How can Bayesian be applied theoretically to infer missing values?
Yeah, ma'am, as we have already discussed, for missing values, first thing is we can either just remove that particular tuple, just ignore it, or we can just take the average of the values also, that can be taken. The users can fill the values on the basis of his or her past experience. This could be the value here. So there are n number of ways through which you can just fill the missing values in this case.
Okay, sir. Sir, second one question, sir. How do theoretically AI foundation guide this? For example, modern application like Chat GPT or self-driving cars?
Yeah, ma'am, could you please repeat? What would you like to ask?
Sir, how do theoretically AI foundation guide modern application like Chat GPT or self-driving cars?
Yeah. Ma'am, actually, any AI model, or you can say the machine learning models, they are taking the decisions on the basis of certain computation that is being done at the background. So these computation are done with the help of algorithms. We are giving certain data, and certain operations are applied on these data. That is why this background of statistical and maths is very, very important. That is being run in the background. Any algorithm you will take for machine learning, it is completely dependent upon the mathematical aspect at the background that is applied onto the data.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tejinder Kaur, ma'am. Thank you for such a lovely questions and a very nice questions. Anyone else from the participants? Anyone want to ask question?
Rubika ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My voice is audible. Rakesh, sir, am I audible?
Ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. So I think there is no more question from the participants. So I would like to thank you, sir. Thanks to you, Rakesh, sir, for delivering
Rubika
such an
ma'am,
Yes, sir.
sorry to disturb you.
Yes,
एक
please, sir.
ग्रुप फोटो भी हमें लेना है सेशन के एंड में.
Yes, I know that, sir. I know that, sir. I know that. For that, first of all, I want to thank sir. So, thank you, sir, for delivering such an insightful and engaging lecture on AI. Your session was very highly informative and provided great clarity on the emerging trends and applications of AI. We truly appreciate the time, effort, and enthusiasm you put in the sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you so much. And a big thanks to all the participants for your active participation throughout the session. Now, I request everyone to kindly turn on your cameras for a quick group photograph. Everyone, kindly turn on your cameras. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for turning on your cameras. Thank you so much, everyone, for giving your time and for your active participation. Now, I would also like to share that a feedback form has already been shared in the group. Please take a moment to fill it out as it is open for only half an hour. All of you, please kindly fill out the form. We will share the feedback form in every session. So fill it up by today in between half an hour. And thank you once again, sir. Thank you, Dr. Rakesh Dhiman, sir. Thank you so much for your fruitful session.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
thank you for all being a wonderful audience. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, all the
Now,
participants.
thank you,
Thank you,
sir. And now
Dr.
we
Rubika,
will
ma'am.
we will begin the session two in about 2 minutes, and I will hand over the whole session to Dr. Deepa now. Deepa, ma'am, are you there? Deepa, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, I'm there.
Okay, ma'am. Kindly take over the session, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Just give us just 1 minute. We will about to start the session.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. No. All the participants kindly fill the feedback in the given time. You all are requested to fill the form in a given time.
So thank you all the participants and Dr. Rubika for your active engagement in the first session. We now move forward to our second session of our AICT FDP. It is a session on computational approaches for AI-driven sustainability. So it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome our distinguished speaker for this session, Dr. O.P. Sangwan. Dr. Sangwan, a distinguished academician, a researcher with over 21 years of experience in the field of computer science and engineering. He earned his PhD and MTech in computer science and engineering with distinction in research from Guru Jambleshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar, where he is presently serving as a professor and chairman of the Department of Computer Science and Dean International Affairs. He has previously served as a director, doctorate of distance education and chairman Department of Emerging Technology and Biomedical Engineering at GJU Hisar. His professional journey also includes academic leadership roles at Gautam Buddha University, Greater Noida, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, where he served as Deputy Director and Head Cisco Regional Networking Academy. Dr. Sangwan's research interests span software engineering, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. And he has an impressive record of over 150 research publications in journals of repute, which are repute at national and international levels. He has successfully supervised 8 PhD scholars and 6 more currently pursuing research under his guidance. Someone is also a member of several prestigious professional bodies, including IEEE, ACM USA, CSTA New York, and CSI India, to name a few. We are truly honored to have such a dynamic and accomplished academic leader with us today. We extend a very warm welcome to you, sir, and look forward to an enriching and thought-provoking session ahead. So I now hand over a mic to Dr. O.P. Sangwan for his insightful session. Sangwan, sir. It's over to you now. You can share your screen. Maybe he got disconnected. Let me confirm from him once, because before starting, I confirmed it. So he joined. Sir, we got your screen. Can you share it in a full screen mode?
Actually, ma'am, screen is visible, but voice is not audible.
Now voice is audible also. Screen is also visible. So can you share it in a full screen mode, as in screen like slideshow? Because we are getting your, yeah, now it's perfectly fine. Over to you, sir. Sir, we are not getting your voice.
So voice नहीं आ
Sir,
रही.
voice is not audible.
Sir, is there any issue? Can we help you in that?
मैम यहाँ तो फिर सर ना एक बार फिर से ज्वाइन करेंगे ना तो आई थिंक ये रिजोल्व हो जाए.
Sir, can you join it again? Please join the Zoom again so that you can enable all the options. Sir, am I audible now? You have joined.
Ma'am, your voice is audible.
Nothing is visible on the screen, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. So I think OP sir is.
Dear participants, kindly wait for 2 minutes. Dear participants, kindly wait. Sir is joining in 2 or 3 minutes. Dear participants, kindly wait for another 5 minutes. Sir is joining. Everyone, there is some network issue from Sangwan sir's side. Kindly wait for another 5 minutes.
लेकिन जो 12 लोग हैं वो घायल हैं, घायलों का इलाज अंदर चल रहा है। हम कोशिश करेंगे कि
Participants, kindly mute yourself. All of you are requested to kindly mute yourself. Sir is joining. Please wait.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Am I audible?
This meeting is being recorded.
Is it okay now, sir?
Sir, it is okay.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, PPT is.
Sir, the size is make it 100, it's 125 ना.
Sir, actually, this
पूरी
is
पूरी
PPT
नहीं आ रही
file.
सर ना. थोड़ा. Kindly make it visible if it's there.
There is some echo in your voice, sir. Officer.
Now the audio is clear ना.
एक्चुअली सर जब आप बोल रहे हो ना तो उसकी इको हो रही है।
Now there is only one system that is open.
Yeah, actually too much echo is there, sir. आप एक बार स्टार्ट कीजिए, अगर इन बीच में लगेगा जाता है then we will stop. आपको बता देंगे.
Because I have joined the one system only ना. तो echo तो नहीं होना चाहिए.
Yeah, it's still there.
उसको उधर लेके लेके आना. Now it's okay.
Echo is there, sir, but you can start. Echo is there, but you can start, sir.
मैडम ये लोग ना ये आप इसको इनको बोलो let me share the screen.
Yes, sir, now you can do it. Is it okay now, sir?
Just a moment. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's visible, sir.
Okay.
Even your voice is clear now, sir.
Okay, madam. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Please start, sir.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
So, sir, extremely sorry for the delay at my end. So, once again, a very good evening to all the participants and the organizer of the AICT Atal 1 week online FD program. on the advanced computing for sustainable development. I focus on AI-driven innovation in real application. So it is a great to hear that you all are excited about the program. I have also joined the inaugural session of the program, and more than 150 delegates are already registered at the time. And if you look at the topic, indeed, a very relevant and timely, given the growing importance of AI-driven innovation in achieving sustainable development. I would like to extend my gratitude to the organizers of MMICT and BM, Maritime Marketing University, named to University MMDUMULLANA, for taking the initiative to organize such a required faculty development program. Dr. Sumit Mittal, Professor and Principal and Bharti Registrar, and also the coordinator of this FDP program, Professor Ratan Singh, co-coordinator of the FDP, Dr. Deepa Nehra, Dr. Arpita, along with all the team members. I am very thankful to you for inviting me to share my experience with the participants. And I'm sure this program will be highly informative and beneficial to all of us. So if you look at the topic of this, that is the computational approaches for the AI-driven sustainability. So I have designed this program, my discussion, my experience in the two parts. The first part that talks about the computational approaches, and the second part that talks about the AI-driven or AI approaches that is used for the sustainability, and how this computational approaches, or we can say this AI-driven sustainability, help us to achieve, to fulfill the 17 goals of SDG, Sustainable Development Group. The UN have make it 17 goals, right? So if you look at this, the introduction part of this, so and if we talk about the sustainable development and computation approaches, we talk about the various kind of models, various kind of algorithms, computation approaches, data analysis, and you might have seen in the last lecture also when Professor Kumar was talking about some research related to this. So basically, this kind of approaches, they are used to analyze and predict, optimize to solve complex problems in the field of information and communication technology, in the field of management, economics, and social sciences. If you look about this computational approaches, these approaches are basically used for AI-driven sustainability, and use these approaches to solve sustainability challenges by optimizing various operations, by improving the efficiency, by analyzing the complexity of the data, and while also developing more sustainable AI itself. So look at here. Here we have the 17 UN sustainable goals, starting from the no poverty and all. I'm not going to discuss all these things, right? But if you look at this categories of this computational development, or before this, we look at the objective of this SDG. They are to end the poverty, protect planet, and ensure peace and prosperity for all the peoples and the future generations. If we talk about the few goals on which the FDP is planned, the FDP is proposed, which I feel they are eradicating poverty and hungers, ensuring health and quality education for all, achieving gender equality, providing clean water and energy, and promoting sustainable economic growth, and combating climate change, and conserving the natural resources. Here, out of these 17, these are the few key goals of this software development groups. So before coming to this, let me take you to some categorical approaches, some categories that are used for the computational approaches. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. This is one of the drawback of this online, that sometimes we have to ask that I am audible or not. Okay. So there are certain methods that are used in this, or we have certain categorized. So there are a number of ways by which we can categorize the computational approaches. But as far as our discussion is concerned, in today's scenario, I have converted, I have divided, I have categorized the computation approaches into the 5-1, the numerical methods. You can see the machine learning methods. If we talk about the numerical methods, the numerical methods is basically the techniques that are used for the numerical you can say the approximation. We can use the method of final element methods. We can have the numerical linear algebra also. But if you're talking about this machine learning is basically used for training, for testing, for analyzing, for the prediction, for decision making. So first, where we widely use this machine learning approaches, they are analyzing large data sets. Then we make use for finding the patterns. We may use for making the predictions or the decisions, or for automating the processes. Let me take an example. Although this example is very old, on which I worked in 2004, that is related to a triangle classification problem. That how we can minimize this, how we can optimize this. So this is a good example which I feel. Now, if you look at this triangle classification problem, and we all know that there are 3 sides of the triangle. Let us say A, B, C. And if you look at the output of this one, this is equilateral triangle, maybe the isosceles triangle, scaling triangle, and maybe the not a triangle. Now the range of these 3 sides, we call it A, B, C. The A ranges from 1 to 200, B and C, they all have the range from 1 to 200. So can I ask you a small question? If I have to design a test cases, then how many number of test cases are possible in this small problem? The range having 1 to 200. And there are 3 sides. So can anyone give the answer that how many test cases needs to be designed if we have to make the testing possible of this small problem, triangle classification problem? Yes, anyone from the delegates? It will be more better if we have a two-way communication. Anyone can guess? Yes, please. Any idea about this? Let me repeat the problem again. We have a triangle classification problem having 3 sides, and the range is from 1 to 200. How many number of test cases needs to be built if you want to design a test cases for this? So if you see, if you apply the permutation combination, since we have the range from 1 to 200, so 200 raised to power 3. So that comes out to be 80 lakhs. So if we go manually by using this approach or for this triangle classification problem, you will find it there are 80 lakhs cases that needs to be designed, and practically it is impossible to design all the cases. But with the help of this machine learning approaches, with the help of artificial neural network, we have just trained it with the 150 test cases and tested it, and you will be surprised to know that there is an accuracy of 78%. I'm talking about 2004, 21 years back, 20 years back, the result was there. Now we have the more advanced things are there. We have the deep learning and other approaches are also there. We can optimize this much better by using the various optimization approaches. You can say like genetic algorithm and all. So next we have in this is the optimization approach that is basically used for this. In optimization approach, we can say just to find the best of the breed, to find the best solution. It may be the maximum, it may be the minimum for a problem, and that is given under constraints. Next we have in this category, we can say that related to with this is the simulation. As its name indicate, we do simulation in machine learning also, simulation and test. Here, if you talk about the simulation, we have to provide training data, we have to provide the input, we have to provide the output, and then we use certain kind of algorithms. We can have the certain tools. You can use the Python language, you can use the R, or we can have the MATLAB also, that is widely used for this analysis and all these things. So if you talk about the simulation, that is basically used for the planning the complex system and the processes like your weather forecasting, climate modeling, financial modeling, and other approaches that are used for this. Then we have the data analysis. So with the help of this, nowadays, it's a time for the data analysis. Whatever the company you will take, whatever the organization you will take, maybe at our organization also, we are making a lot of policies basing upon the data analysis from past 5 years or 10 years, so that there will be a more progress regarding that. So data visualization is there, and where we can use, or where this data analysis approach of you can say computational intelligence is used, that is the medical research for genomics and drug discovery, in case of finance, for risk assessment, for high frequency trading, in business also for the customer segmentation, for the marketing optimization, and for the social network analysis is also there. Now, if you talk about the some specific examples of this, sorry, the computational approaches which are widely used, so that is deep learning. So deep learning is a type of learning that is using CNN networks to analyze the data. So where the data size is large, in that artificial neural network can't work properly. So in that case, we use a CNN, conventional neural network. If we talk about the various applications of this deep learning, so you find it some popular applications like computer vision for self-driving cars and image recognition, natural language processing for virtual assistant and language translation. If you look at the healthcare, that we are going to discuss about the applications of this AI driven in real life applications. So healthcare for disease diagnosis, for drug discovery, for personalized Medicare, for patient monitoring. So these are the various kind of fields where we can use the deep learning. Beside this, there are other like fraud detection, game playing, robotics, and cyber security, which is a great threat nowadays. We can also use deep learning in this. Then next we have the evolutionary computation, just whatever we have, how we can optimize it. So by using the natural approaches like your genetic algorithm, Aunt B colony, camel algorithm, and other approaches, just to provide the optimum solution if the solution doesn't exist. Then we have the agent-based modeling. This is a kind of simulation that helps to model the complex system as a network for interacting with the different kind of agents. Then we have the high-performance computing system. If we talk about this high-performance computing system like your GPUs and all, that is widely used in deep learning and all. So if we talk about this applications of this highly performance computing, no doubt that this they are used for the complex problem, and they need massive computational resources. And if we talk about the application of this, so we have the weather forecasting is there, climate modeling is there, genomics and bioinformatics is there. If we go to the other branches, fluid dynamics is also there, cryptography is one of the application, and the cyber security that also we can address, we can resolve with the help of this high performance computing. Now, if you talk about this artificial intelligence, as I said before starting, that is the computational approaches divided in two parts. One, I talk about the computational approaches, then I talk about the artificial intelligence, and then how these artificial intelligence approaches, they are used in the communication in AI driven and to achieve sustainable development goals. So if you look at this AI, it talks about the simulation of human intelligence in machine, and that they will act as, they will behave as, they will solve the problem as a human being is used to solve. If you look at this impact of AI on India's development, that is profound. From healthcare to agriculture, AI is transforming from industry, improving efficiency and innovation. Even in even in education also, we are widely using these techniques of machine learning and artificial intelligence. So the focus of today's discussion is just to explore, to find out the potential of these computational approaches towards AI-driven real-time applications that contributes to successful implementation of sustainable development goals. If we talk about this, the computational approaches for the sustainability, few of which I have already discussed. The one is the forecasting and analysis. Now, for the forecasting analysis, we have the LSTM is there. There is a long short-term memory is there to analyze the historical data to forecast future emission and resources. Beside this, we have the various kind of tools. Just I shared previously. Also, we can use the MATLAB also for the forecasting and the analysis. Then we have the optimization. So we can have a different kind of algorithms that is used for the optimization. And we all know, maybe some of you have worked with that the genetic algorithm is widely used for this optimization, the complex problem, to find the maximum, to find the best in that particular, you can say, the generation and all. And if we use this kind of automation techniques, that is definitely an energy market for better efficiency and reduce environmental impact. This is the one of the sustainable development goal, that how we can provide the better efficiency, how we can improve the efficiency, and how we can reduce the environmental impact from that. Then we have the computational design also, that is for analyzing the environment performance early in the design phases for building and urban development, so leading towards the more energy efficient structures in this regard. Then the approaches for developing a sustainable AI, that we have the modular software optimizations. So how we can further optimize these AI models to make it, to increase the performance, to enhance the performance, to make it faster, require less computational power, to have the reduced consumption and carbon footprint during the training, testing, and deployment of that particular software. Energy and resource efficiency is also the one of the important SDG goal, and in that there's a need to develop the model system that seems to be, or that are more energy efficient, to reduce the high energy and the water consumption that is associated with the training, with the running of AI models. Next one is the focusing on the full life cycle. If you look at this full life cycle, that how this AI, artificial intelligence techniques, impact the life cycle of this software development, sustainable development goals, and this. It talks about the environment, it talks about the social, it talks about the economic aspects. So here we have the three pillars. Environmental is one pillar, then the social is under there, then the economic aspects of sustainability also there. So whatever we do, or we apply the computational techniques or the artificial intelligence techniques, so we have to keep in mind that how these techniques will impact the environment, social, and economic aspects of sustainability. Now I take an example and I will show you certain facts about the implementation of his artificial intelligence techniques using computational approaches, and how these approaches are used, or how they are going to be used in future, so that we can become a dependent country, a development state in 2024-47. So NASSCOM has been exploring the various computational approaches for AI-driven sustainability, and I'm sure that everyone participant is aware about this. The NASSCOM, that is basically the National Association of Software and Services Companies, that is dealing with all the matter related with the information and communication technology. So they are basically working with the machine learning, with the energy efficiency, with the deep learning, and the resource optimization techniques. So they are focused on these techniques and this. So if we talk about this NASSCOM, that is focusing on AI-driven sustainability, and whenever we talk about the AI-driven sustainability, it means we are talking about the environment, we are talking about the utilization of the resources in a better way, we are talking about the energy consumption and all these things. So they focus on this smart energy management. And if you look at the software development goal, sustainable development goal, sorry, so that is affordable and clean energy. That is the 7th sustainable development goal. Smart energy management techniques, they deals with this. And these techniques are basically used, these AI powered techniques are basically used to optimize the energy consumption and the reduce waste. The second approach that is using the sustainable agriculture. I will discuss about some facts about the agriculture, about the education, and all about the impact of AI on society. I have certain facts that I will share with you. So the another wider goal or important goal of sustainable development group, that is zero hunger, food for each and everyone. So AI driven precision farming techniques, they are basically used to improve crop yields and reduce the environmental impact on this, thereby making the food available for everyone, increase the quantity, and to maintain the quality with that. Then we have the climate change mitigation. So this climate change mitigation, this is the AI techniques, AI power techniques using computational approaches for climate modeling and prediction and analysis also to support the climate change mitigation efforts. And this climate change mitigation that addresses the more than one approach of sustainable development group: affordable and clean energy, SDG 7, SDG 13, climate action, and SDG 17, that is the environmental goals. Now I will share with you about the certain facts about, you can see, the AI adaptation index 2, tracking India's sectoral growth in AI adaptation. So I have mentioned about the sources also. If you want to go in detail or you need detailed information, you can go to that particular link and find it. Now, if we want to analyze the India's AI market is growing rapidly and has a strong support tailwind. If you look at the India's AI market, that is expected to grow from 25% to 30% CAGR by the 2027. By the 2027, we can have this. And if I talk about the CAGR, that is the compound annual growth rate. So there are a lot of programs that are started by the state government, by the central government, and the strong national scale support pillars that have emerged in promoting the AI adaptation: India AI Mission, AI and Gen AI Ready Tech Services, supportive policy framework, AI focused startup ecosystem, and we are the second largest installed AI talent based in India. There is a rapid digitization by the enterprise users, and you will be surprised to know that 70% spends over 20% of IT budgets on digitization. This is how fast we are moving on digitization. So here we have some comparison on this this adaptation index 1.0 and 2.0. So adaptation index 1.0, that was in 2022, and adaptation index 2.0, it talks about the progress of 2024. Now we are in 25. So if you look at this adaptation index 1.0 of 2022, it divides in 4 sectors, and there are 315 companies, and there are 6 dimensions. And if we compare with this with the 2024 AI Adaptation Index 2.0, and you will find that it represents 7 sectors, that is 75% of India's GDP, 500 companies, and with the 9 dimensions, as compared to the 2022 Index 1.0, who have the 4 sectors, 315 companies, and 6 dimensions. Now, if we talk about the Index 2.0, that assesses the enterprise AI execution ability. And if you are talking about the Index 1.0, it talks about the planning. It talks about only the strategic planning. There is no implementation, there is no execution. So India's 2.0 focuses on pushing the objectives of building scale with artificial intelligence. And further, they move to this AI-driven approaches for sustainable development. So if you look at this, the India's aggregate 2004 AI maturity is at very enthusiastic stage with the score of 2.47. So 87% of the companies are in the middle stage of the enthusiast and expert AI adopters. Double the large number of companies in the expert stage, indicating a significant progress. Certain factors have been improved. An improvement is at a significant level, like the data standardization, modernization of the tech stacks, about the formulation of AI risk, ethics framework, cloud adaptation. On this, they have done the significant progress. The factors that need urgent attention, that is the consistent leadership commitment, driving up the budgets and the execution of these disciplines, use case selection, case study selections, and moreover that AI-led innovations in real life applications. That is the objective of our 1 week FDP programs. Now, if you look at this, the economic impact of this AI, and this economic impact covers the SDG goal 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That is just for your reference. Maybe there are 1 or 2 I missed the goals, right? So if you talk about the economic contribution, so with the help of this artificial intelligence, it is projected to contribute from USD 450 to 500 billion in India's GDP by 2025. That is the present, and this representing about the 10% of the country's target GDP for this particular year. And if you talk about the employment impact, there is a miscommunication or some confusion regarding this. That is AI. If the AI is there, then the jobs will be cut down. No, there are other areas where you find the more jobs, where the more opportunities are also available. So if you look at this, the AI is expected to create over 2 million new jobs by 2025, by the end of this year, and especially in the sectors like IT, finance, agriculture, and healthcare. Now, this is the another very important thing, that is a real-time application. That is the focus of our discussion. That is AI in healthcare. So this AI in healthcare address the SDG goal 2, zero hunger, SDG goal 3, good health and well-being, and SDG 15, life online. So AI is utilizing healthcare in India, enabling early disease detection, personalized treatment, and improved patient care. The use of AI-powered diagnostic tools and telemedicine is expanding access to the healthcare services in rural areas. Few slides back, we have discussed about the high performance computation systems and the deep learning that are also used in AI healthcare. So if you look at this, sorry, I missed it. So we are on this slide. Now, if you look at the market growth of this, so according to NESCOM, AI healthcare market in India is projected to grow at a CGR of 40% between 22 to 27. And if you look at the investment, there has been a sustainable increase in the investment in AI healthcare startups with over, you can say, the 500 million invested in 2022 alone. And if we talk about the adaptation rates, so around 60% of the large hospitals in India are now using some form of AI technologies. Now, the another important, this is the AI in agriculture. If you look at the AI in agriculture, that is directly related with the multiple sustainable development goals. That in agriculture, if we use this computational approaches for AI, that is enhancing the crop management, optimizing resource allocation, and predicting weather patterns, and they're also used for climate modeling. So Indian farmers can achieve high yields and sustainable farming practices, contributing to the food security. If you look at the market growth, just a minute. I hope I am audible.
Sir,
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Yes, sir, you are
You are
audible.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, thank you. So if you look at the market growth of this AI in agriculture, so the agri-tech sector in India that is run by the artificial intelligence is expected to grow at a CAGR of 25% between 22 to 27. And if you look at the investment, $300 million USD has been invested in AI-driven agri-technique startups in 2022 only. So if we talk about this adaptation rates of this AI in agriculture, so approximately 30% of Indian farmers, they are now using some form of AI technology for farming. Like Indian farmers use AI for precision farming through smart sensor and drones, crop and soil health monitoring with the help of AI, predictive analytics for decision marketing price, and AI powered chatbot, and that is also available in local languages. So these are the techniques that the farmers are using, and in for the irrigation also, farmers are using these techniques of artificial intelligence in agriculture. Now, there is another important sector of AI in education that talks about the quality education, and we are the people who are the responsible. We are the organization who are the responsible for providing this quality educations. So, with the help of this, AI is reshaping the education in India by personalizing learning experience, providing adaptive assessments, expanding access to the quality education through online platforms. And we all are interacting with each other. Around 200 people, they are interacting with each other. That is around 9 o'clock. That is only possible with the help of these online platforms. So the use of AI-powered tutoring, language, learning apps, they are empowering the students. Now, if you look at this market growth, if you look at this education sector in India, with the help of this artificial intelligence, is expected to grow at a CAGR 20% from 22 to 27, with a significant contribution from AI powered solutions. And from if you look at the current scenario, this figure with the CAGR is 25%, if I'm correct. And if we talk about the investment of 2022, so this edutech startup received over $1 billion funding for this education sector. If you talk about the adoption rates, so approximately, or maybe more than that, education institutes in India have integrated some form of AI into their teaching and administrative processes, like personalized learning platforms, intelligent tutoring systems, chatbots, automated assessment tools, content creation tools, and student analytics, etc. So this is how the artificial intelligence is used in education and contributing to the achievement of the sustainable developments goals related with the quality of education. Now the education is in regular mode, education is in distance education mode, education in online mode. And as per the UGC guidelines, the degree obtained through the regular mode or through the distance mode or through the online mode, that is equal. Now the next important application of this AI driven, that is the AI in smart cities. And it is directly related with the sustainable cities and communities. And that is Sustainable Development Goal 11. One thing I want to make it very clear to all the audience that I have only taken those applications, and in application only those sustainable development goals which are directly related with the 17 sustainable development goals. It might possible then one application is fulfilling the 5 to 6 sustainable goals also. So if we talk about the AI technologies for the smart cities, they are driving the development of smart cities in India, optimizing energy consumption, traffic management, and the public safety also. So the integration of this AI-enabled sensors and data analytics is enhancing urban livability, and the sustainability also. Now the next important is AI in financial inclusions. So that is related with the SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. So AI, if you look at this AI is facilitating the financial inclusion in India by the digital banking, by the fraud detection, and by the personalized financial services. And you heard about that in India, this UPI is very popular and safe also. Many other countries, they are trying to implement this UPI system. So through this AI-driven credit scoring and microfinance, underserved communities are gaining access to the banking and the loans. So they are making the banking system is much more smoother than the earlier days before a decade or back. Now, if you look at the market growth of AI in finance, so they will find that it is projected to grow at a CAGR of 35% between 22 to 27. Up to now, we have discussed about 20%, 22%, 25%. Now it is up to the 30% from 22 to 27. And if we talk about the investment in 2022, so that received about $800 million for funding. And if we talk about adaptation rate is also high. Approximately 60% of financial institutions in India have implemented this AI solution for their various systems for their various services, for their various functions, including the risk management, fraud detection, and the customer services. So we can say that AI in finance is one of the leading stage. And if we talk about the economic impact of AI, so economic impact is expected to contribute at $200 billion to India's GDP by 2025 by the end of this year, as per NESCOM estimates. Now we have another application of AI, that is the AI and the employment. So it is directly related with the SDG 8, Sustainable Development Goal 8, decent work and economic growth. So if we talk about the implementation, or you can say the involvement or integration of AI in India's force work, that is reshaping job skills, requirement roles, and the requirements. Upskilling and reskilling both are there. Nowadays, what we need the upskilling and we need the reskilling also. And they're essential to prepare the workforce for AI-driven automation and to create the new opportunities in the emerging industries. Now the AI is everywhere. That is not limited to the ICT, not limited to the engineering. It goes beyond that. So AI for social impact, if we're talking about this, so AI is driving social impact initiatives in India, addressing the various challenges or the important goals of this sustainable development related to the poverty, related to the healthcare access, and the environment sustainability. So the collaboration between AI developers and non-profit organizations, they are creating solutions for the social cause, for the social good. Now we have the AI and the innovation ecosystems. This AI and innovation ecosystem that is related with the Sustainable Development Goal 9, that is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. So the proliferation of AI startups and innovation hubs in India, they are fostering a dynamic ecosystem for the technological investment. And this AI-driven research and development are encouraging disruptive innovations across the various sectors, driving the economic growth. So for the economic sustainability, the AI is contributing a lot. Now AI ethics and the governance. So AI ethics and the governance, it is directly related with the Sustainable Development Goal 16 that talks about the peace, justice, and strong institution. So if you look at the today's scenario, where we are moving towards AI technology era, so it is crucial to address the ethical consideration and establish a robust governance framework. So ensuring the accountability, transparency, and fairness in this AI applications, AI-driven applications for the sustainable development is essential. So what we need a policy support. So the national AI strategy that should aim to establish India as a global leader in AI research, in development, and the deployment. If we talk about the digital India, I have shared few initiatives has been taken in this digital India. To promote digital literacy, build digital infrastructure, leverage AI for various sectors, including healthcare, agriculture, education, governance, finance also. So if we talk about the investment in this, So the national mission of interdisciplinary cyber physical system focuses on AI-driven innovation in areas such as healthcare, agriculture, manufacturing, and the smart cities. And we all know that not only the center and the state, but all the education institutes, and not only it is limited to the education institutes, even the corporate sector, software industries also, they are keeps on organizing the hackathons for this AI-driven innovations in the various sectors. And these objectives of organizing these hackathons, they are related with the AI-driven solutions for the real applications, for the real problems. And no doubt industry also, like Tata and others, TCS, they are recruiting students based on the performance in the smart hackathons organized by the AICT, organized by the at the different state and central level, at the different university levels, as the IIT level, NIT levels. So if you talk about this collaboration, so government has also established a collaborative with industry bodies like NESCOM to drive AI initiatives. At Smart Hackathon is the one of the example of this AI initiatives. Then I will share some statistics about the state of data science and AI skills in India, and it's the data and the art of smart intelligence. So India has the second largest AI ML big data analytics talent pool globally. And India ranked first in terms of AI skill penetration with a score of 3.09, and also has recently secured the first and fifth rank in AI talent concentration and AI scientific publications globally. But still we are lacking a good quality of publications. So has a talented base of one key professionals. And the current demand, if you look at this, that is the 629,000 professionals that is current demand. So this is not the case where the jobs are not available. So by 2026, the estimated demand for professionals in India is expected to be over 1 million. But for those who have upgraded their skills, who reskills themselves as per AI technologies, this is
Dear participants, kindly mute yourself.
Now, if you look at this, the DS and AI role depends on the multiple factors. If you look at this proliferation of freely available tools and platforms, we have the Google is available, Kaggle is available, and I have seen in the last lecture, Professor Kumar show you some URLs, sorry, where you can download your data and all. So that is available on this. That is providing a fast tracking growth of the larger developer community and associated ecosystems. And if you look at this, 33% of India's data science and AI developers talent, that is between 18 and 20 years age. And if you look at this important factor, now the time taken to pivot to DS and AI roles may range from 3 months to 7.5 months and from 5.5 to 10.5 months respectively, depending upon the base starting roles. So upgrading the skills and reskilling themselves, that is important. And this is the time that is required for this. So the job roles that are available, software engineer, data analyst, application developer, they are observed to have a higher transition propensity. Now there are certain, you can see the challenges and opportunities that are there. While AI represents immense opportunities for the India's development, it also poses the challenges related to the privacy, related to the bias and the job displacement. So there's a need to address these challenges. Leveraging AI potentials can lead to inclusive and sustainable growth and plays a major and crucial role towards the fulfillment of this SDG to the larger extents. So here we have the key recommendations to maintain this India's as in AI talent. And that is since we all are from the teaching community, so I have taken only those factors which are related to the teaching community. That is AI-driven innovation in real life application. So we have the national education policies there. Please make it correct. It's a national education policy, not the new one. Multiple exit, multiple entry, skill-based education. So to ensure the quality pool of AI talent that is technically sound and industry ready. Reforming primary and tertiary educations. That is the base of our education. So how we ramp up the primary and the tertiary in teaching infrastructure? They are providing opportunities, adding multidisciplinary curriculum and the research incentives there. Improving employability. And improving employability can only be helped by minimizing the gap between the industry and the academic curricula, or to have a stronger relationship between the academia and the industry, thereby improving the employability. Now improving postdoc research in India. So to nurture the AI talent at the doctorate level and the postdoctoral level, there's need to providing the research opportunities also. So this is all about which I have tried to manage and share with you. That's how this AI-driven approaches or innovations in real-time application is helpful, or how they are contributing to the sustainable development goals. And what are the various factors like health, education, agriculture, finance, and others that they can use these computational approaches for AI-driven sustainability. So that's all from my side, and I sincerely apologize for the delay from my side due to some technical issues. Although I have tested the system at 6:15 when I joined the inaugural session, but somehow it happened. So once again, extremely sorry for at my end due to this network problem.
No issue,
Yes, if you
sir.
can ask any question, anything that related to this. With the help of this discussion, I have shared the potential areas also where those who are pursuing PhD or those who are guiding PhD, they can take these topics related to those AI in agriculture, health and all, and thereby contributing to the sustainable development goal. Good quality of journals, which are essay index and high rating, they are expecting from the researchers that their research must address these 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals. And even in projects also, that your project, even in NBA and all this, that your curriculum, how much of extent your curriculum map with the Sustainable Development Goals. So everything nowadays is moved around this SDG. So whatever we'll plan, maybe at the industry level or at the education institute level, we should focus in mind that our planning, that the outcome of our planning, that should be related to any one of these 17 sustainable development goals. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request the participants, if you have any questions, you may ask.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to put one question.
Ma'am,
Yes.
one question.
Yes, Prabhat. Please, you
Yes,
can ask.
first of all, thank you so much for your wonderful session, sir. Sir, my question is, how can we address the trade-off between computational efficiency and environmental cost in large-scale AI model training for sustainability applications?
Can you repeat your question, please?
Yes, sir. Sir, my question is, how can we address the trade-off between computational efficiency and environmental cost in large-scale AI model training for sustainability applications?
Right.
Yes,
Right. Actually, if you look at this whole SDG, and if you look at this computational approaches, what basically we have in AI, we are using the computational approaches. I have taken one example here regarding the test oracle, where I have taken the problem of the triangle classification problem. If you look at that, at the time, it is a 78%. Right? Whenever we're talking about the efficiency and all, the efficiency in terms of the if we talk about the efficiency of the software, it talks about the in how much how early it gives the result, how much time it will takes. And if we talk about the efficiency in terms of the hardware, about the time taken and all these things, about the heat generated and all these things. So basically the objective of these techniques or this AI approaches that move towards this the sustainable development goal by enhancing the performance, by optimizing using the nature driven approaches and all these things. So this trade-off between this that will be only possible with the help of this artificial intelligence techniques. तो परफॉर्मेंस उनका परफॉर्मेंस एनहांस करना है, या जो परफॉर्मेंस है उस परफॉर्मेंस को ऑप्टिमाइज करना है. एंड इफ यू लुक एट दिस ऑन वन स्लाइड आई हैव मेंशन अबाउट दैट whatever the efficiency we have, we also try to increase that efficiency. We also try to optimize that efficiency. That is the basic goal of this. In terms of like your forecasting, weather forecasting. So how much accurate we are in weather forecasting.
I hope, Prabhatji, you got the reply of your question.
Yes, thank you so much, sir.
If you're satisfied,
Thank you so
if any other thing, you can just chat with me, or you can have my email ID also, right?
Yes. Thank
For
you.
one
You, sir.
question,
Thank
I
you so
want
much.
to put here. I'm Dr. Sanjeev here.
Hi, Sanjeev.
For a very good session you have been take as in the point of the research scholars at that time, the MOUs has been set up between many of the companies like Accenture and Wipro with the academia. What type of the parameters in which we have to be concise of and drive the accuracy, like the different ways in which we will be go from the machine learning to the deep learning, optimization to be drive in the parts of the research, like any industrial development, any type of the industrial machine, whatever the accuracy is to be drive via we have been gone from the machine learning to deep learning, in which are drive parameters that we will be used for the research participants at that time, because many of the research scholars that will be go for the research, and R&D has been developed in many of the industrial units, and the MOU have been drive. Why? Because the AIML units are there, in which how the optimization and qualitative simulation techniques has been created for the better scenario development in the AI field now. That's my question. Very good session you have been take. Now the real type of the application, how to make by this parameterized simulation.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Sanjeev. It's a very good question and very depth one. It is difficult to answer at this stage for me. But let me try. There are 2-3 policies of this software industries. One policy, like the Microsoft, the Microsoft have a tie-up with the British planning, and they give the money, the sponsorship to the students. Secondly, it depends on the policy. I remember one student at my time who is working with in software engineering and who is working with software testing. So Microsoft sponsored him at British planning of his PhD and is working in the field of software testing, and he's totally working on the optimization of the things. So that depends upon the what the company required, and on which what is the objective of that particular company, and that what they want to fulfill those objectives with the help of this. So that depends on certain parameters. If you look at the placement activities at the UG and the PG level, they totally talks about the communication, they totally talks about the proficiency in any language, or they talk about the, let us say, recently we have Infosys at our campus, so they are talking about this proficiency level, communication level, they are talking about the data structure and all, they are talking about the Python languages. So that totally depends upon their requirements. But no doubt, at the research level, where they have the research and development cell, and whatever they are doing now, they planned 5 years back. What are the implement they're doing now, they have planned 5 years back. So that depends upon from company to company, that like if some company, let us say IBM or the Microsoft, they are in cloud serving and all. So that depends upon that how we can minimize this, increase the resources utilization, right? How we can minimize the this you can say the wastage of the resources. So that depends on the, definitely on these points, on this they give problems to their research scholars. They have the tie-up with that particular organization that are expertise in that particular area. And nowadays the quantum computing, you might have heard, maybe someone you're working in that, I'm not from that area. The quantum computing is the company, they are promoting research on this quantum computing also. So that highly depends on the mission and vision of that particular company, in which area they need a manpower. So reskilling and upskilling is definitely it is required nowadays. And I shared some period also from 3.5 months to 7 months or 5.5 to 8 months, that reskilling needs to be done. Right? I hope I'm able to answer somehow your query.
Okay, no issue. Like the cloud optimization, latency, and the speak to be drive together.
Right.
So, correct. Whatever the way the new things will be. Okay.
Like your IIT Bombay, they are working on this cloud computing. So they have a tie-up with the industry about this relating with the cloud and all, related with the resource scheduling, how we can minimize the efficiency and this all these things. And one important thing
At the
nowadays
time,
is security.
Blockchain and IoT to be drive via the cloud through how the deep learning subset will be drive through the machine learning parameters. Okay, sir. Nice.
Oh, that's fine. One thing which the Dr. Puri remind me about the IoT also. IoT also plays an important role with this artificial intelligence. And if we talk about the intelligent farming, I mentioned about these data sensors and all, so they are related with the IoT and all these things. And this northern eastern peripheral that is near about this, that the total irrigation is on IoT based irrigations. That is the first successfully implemented project of the NHAI. Yes.
Participants, any other queries?
Ma'am, one question.
Yeah, Tejinder ma'am, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I have one question, sir.
So
Basically,
can I have a tea with the question?
Sir, how can AI tool like ChatGPT and Skype or Semantic Scholar assist research in enhancing publication quality and impact?
We want to have the good publications or the quality of a publication. Forget about this ChatGPT and all these things. Keep yourself away from that. Right? Go to the traditional method. Right? Read the paper. Read it number of times. Discuss with your guide. Right? Otherwise, you will be in a No doubt, for curiosity you can see that, but for the actual implementation, then there is another aspect. If a person from the management, if a person from the arts or from the other background, if he or she is using, it's my personal opinion, right? If he or she is using this ChatGPT and all that, that's fine. If I have to write an application, if I'm using ChatGPT, that's fine, right? But if I am doing the research and if I am using this ChatGPT and other things, so they are not. I do not promote those such kind of things. I go on traditionally. Just you read the complete paper and whatever you understand it based on the technology, based on the problem statement, based on the methodology used and the performance parameter, you just write in your own language and what you understand from that. This is what I feel.
Okay,
Otherwise, we
thank you,
become
sir.
the dumb.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Very true, sir. Very true. There is no replacement of that traditional method of
No replacement.
doing a
No
research.
replacement of human being. There is no replacement at all.
Yeah. So, any other queries from the audience, or should
Yeah,
we
I have,
conclude?
ma'am.
Okay.
I am audible.
Yes, sir. It's
Yeah,
audible.
yes, sir,
Sir,
you are
I have
audible.
one question. Sir, from your side, what you feel, what is the main challenge in implementing AI-driven sustainability solution from your side? What do you feel?
Actually, if you look at this, even in our country also, if you look at it, we are at very preliminary stage. Whatever research we are doing, we set the objectives 3 year back, 4 year back, or 5 year back, depending upon that, and we try to achieve only those objectives.
Yeah.
Like in other countries, there is a flexibility in the title and in achieving the objectives. Right now, need not to share, we are about for the NB accreditation and we have to map this with the, with the sustainable goals. So we are trying to find out the things that how they will be mapped. This is actually what is going on.
So, one more thing. Computational AI approaches, what I feel, you have given the solution. How we can made more interpretable for policymakers?
No doubt. In this, they are highly beneficial. That one thing I want to share with you. It's a live thing. Recently, we have a youth festival. And from the last 5 year, I'm the convener of this result and preparation committee and secrecy and all these things, right? And yesterday I was discussing with my vice chancellor that we are at the number 2, we are the runner up. So where we are lacking, he said, Sangon, where we are lacking. So that and analyze that, and you will be surprised. No, there's a one event theater in that the another should go to the 100 marks and we got the 10 marks, and total difference is 40. जो विनर और रनर का डिफरेंस है वो 40 है, लेकिन जो एक इवेंट है उसमें उनके 100 मार्क्स एंड वी आर द 10 मार्क्स ओनली. तो मैंने सर को कहा कि अगर हम इसमें कुछ परफॉर्म करें, तो उन्होंने देखा इसमें कौन कौन से इवेंट हैं. So this is how these things. Just share the live example. Maybe the recording is going on.
Like, sir, I
one
want
more.
to share it.
This is how
Sir,
this.
one more. I want to listen your answer from. Can you suggest potential future direction for AI research?
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat, please?
Can you suggest potential future direction for AI research?
Sir,
to enhance sustainability.
AI research, there are 3-4, sir. One, depending on your interest.
Yeah.
One is agriculture,
Definitely.
where we got real-time data. The second thing, you can see the place from where you belongs to that, और आपके आसपास कौन सी चीजें जैसे मैं in 2016 I was in IIT Indore for just 1 week training and all. So I found there is some institute in the Indore that related with agriculture. I think soybean मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा. So they have a tie-up with that. So you took the field which is available nearby you, and where we have the real data is there. Otherwise, we all doing research on Kaggle and all these things.
Sir, right? I want to share.
So that is,
just
that
actually,
is not the real
what I
data.
want. Just give 1 minute. I have presented one paper with last month that regarding to how we can implement AI in classroom.
Yes.
In which I have 3 options. First one, those no computers. Second one, those not knows how to do work on computer, like Sanskrit teachers, they are non-use of computer most of the time. Political science, some of the few subjects I feel they are no use of computers. So how we can make AI use in that where nobody use of computer? How we can use that AI?
Yeah.
That depending upon the level that you can do.
And how?
One more thing
Actually,
that
actually
in my
still
mind is
my research is still going on. How we can compatible to give the benefit of AI to those teachers, those are not using the computers. Actually, the theme of my research is right now. That is the thing.
OP sir, Sangban sir, you are muted. Kindly unmute. Sangban sir, we are not getting your voice.
Yeah, not no, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he got muted.
okay, I have muted it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I
He
heard
got
it.
muted.
Unknowingly, I muted it.
Now it's audible, sir.
So sometime it happens. Look at
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I am professor of this field. I am having 2 laptops and 2 mobiles, and still all you face the problem, right?
Yeah.
So sometime it happens. So depending upon their requirement, you can make a planning for that. But
Definitely,
definitely,
but
these computational approaches in AI, they are used for making the
definitely, I
policies and
agree.
all these things.
I agree, but I am not finding any particular path. How we can move into the direction so that I can do something in that particular find of research. Ki how I can
Okay,
help to use AI for particular teachers or for particular subjects where we are not able to use the computers.
that you can do with the first we need to prepare a questionnaire, sir. A questionnaire need
I
to be
have done,
prepared.
sir.
Whatever
Okay,
thing
okay.
that
Yeah.
that comes to your mind now,
Yeah.
you
I
give it,
think I
Okay.
and we
can.
have the answers from that, right? Then only we may get some direction that how we proceed further. हाँ
Okay, okay.
रिसर्च लेवल पे डेफिनेटली आप उसको एआई से हेल्प कर सकते हो दे हम जैसे आपका मैनेजमेंट है दे यूज एसपीएसएस टूल एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स सो इन दैट वे वी कैन लेकिन पॉलिसी मेकिंग में
Okay,
आई
sir.
एम 100% श्योर दैट एआई इज हाईली बेनिफिशियल मैंने
Highly
आपको लाइव
beneficial.
एग्जांपल देके
Okay.
बताया
Thank you
कि
so
हाउ
much, sir.
हाउ दिस फैक्ट फाइंडिंग गोज ऑन
Uh,
So
Thank
hope
you, sir.
you
आई एम
Thank
got
you,
the
sir.
टेकिंग
answers
आई एम
of your
टेकिंग द
questions.
Yeah, definitely. I got some points at least, Tiki. I
Yeah,
can
yeah. That
move
is the
further.
point of the
Thank you so
discussion.
much, sir.
it's
Sir, Google Labs, generative AI like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, then that can also be used by them to ease their task.
Obviously.
सुरेश सर थोड़ा कैन यू रिपीट योर क्वेश्चन
Google Labs, ChatGPT like generative AI like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, that can also be used to ease their task. That
you
require
can
For
use it
non
minimal computer
computer users.
minimal
you can
computer
use
knowledge,
it
minimal.
but how that things comes right and it is of whatever what you want from that is that information related with you need to verify that things right need to verify the sources also
Yeah, definitely. But I am saying that these tools require minimal knowledge of computers. Only prompt is required.
yes yeah sorry sir आवाज थोड़ा कम आ रहा है
Only,
आपका
only prompt is required. Minimal use of computer knowledge is required for this one.
हाँ that's there that's why I said na if a person from a non-computer background if he or she is using this chat gpt and all these things for writing application and all and other things that's okay for them it makes their task easy but for us being people used to call us expert
Computer
in
science.
this field for us it becomes
Computer science engineers.
it becomes challenging right you recall our older days when we used to have the Pascal Fortran and all these things right
Yes,
and
yes, sir.
nowadays we have
Definitely.
the C++ and this thing are there so the program is nowhere just the template is there you fill the information and you get the result
Yes, sir.
Yes.
right
Right.
but the person from non-computer background they only need the result they
Yeah.
have nothing to do with how the result comes right and moreover Dr. Suresh these
Yes, sir.
chat GPT and all they provide the data from their database na? So
Yes,
whatever
sir.
they have given that only out of that they would analyze that I have a number of times I have checked GPT by asking the different questions, and every time they're getting the same answer because
Yes,
they have certain
that's
parameters
a
on which
major
they are
challenge.
trained, and based on that
Yeah.
they provide the answer.
You have same prompt given to Google Gemini or ChatGPT, they are providing the different answers for different generative AIs.
So because they are using a different data sets, no, they are different tools.
Different.
If we'll
Yeah.
ask this question of different prompt, but they'll on the same area, they'll give the same answer definitely. If we'll ask ChatGPT again and again.
Because they are trained to that. Na?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Now
that
they
is
are trying to process some actually basically the common sense is the main difference between the machine and all human being, right?
Human
Now they
being.
are trying to implement some common sense also, right?
which is
Which
very
is not
uncommon.
so common, sir.
But that is for a normal human being, not for the experts of the ICT and CSC and all these things. So we have to be
Yes, sir.
very, very aware about that.
Thank you, sir.
So I hope everyone will got an idea about
It's,
whatever sir wants to convey. So thank you, sir, for this session. You give us idea about the different categories of like computational approaches and how AI techniques help in like sustainable system development in our day-to-day life and for society and for different areas. So thank you for sharing your invaluable insights on these topics and guiding us for that. And
Excuse me,
we
ma'am.
hope for
I have
a
one question.
I have taken my
collaboration in
session
future
very,
as
very,
well with
very
you.
general session, not taking the implementation of any kind of algorithm and all, just to
No,
make you
no, I am
aware
not
about the
talking about
technology
implementation,
and
but at
about the
least you give
status of
an
this
idea.
technology. That is how what the status technology and how the
Ma'am.
Yeah,
NESOM is
yeah,
directly with us,
yeah,
how what the NESOM is doing on all this all these things.
yeah, yeah.
So once again,
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you so much
Excuse me, ma'am.
and sincere apology for delaying
Ma'am,
the
can you
session by
provide
15
the
20
No,
minutes.
no worries, sir.
And be in touch. The main thing is that I have shared my mobile number and the email ID. So please be in touch.
email
So
ID,
now
sir?
I
Definitely,
request
that
all
I am
the
asking for.
participants.
Just share email IDs and phone numbers so that I can take your help
Sir, I'll
again.
share in a participant group.
Yes,
Don't
please,
worry, I'll
please.
share.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now I request all the participants kindly switch on your camera so that we can take a picture with sir as a memory of this session.
That needs to be uploaded in AICT portal.
We already taken that, sir, but now we are taking for a
Okay,
memory. So
Yes.
media team, kindly take a screenshots. I hope the screenshots has been taken. Thank you, everyone. Thank you once again, sir. And thank you all
Thank
the
you. Thank
participants for being a patient listener. You are after your working hours, you are still sitting from 6:36 onwards till 9:40. I think
कई
it's
बार
it's
आप पहले कई बार आप पहले
9:50.
प्लानिंग कर लेते हो तो कई बार जो होना होता है वो हो जाता है
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल.
वो कई बार है ना मेरे पास 2 टिकट भी है, मेरे पास पास भी है, सब कुछ है।